catch up.
Let's get it started here.
Go
Let's
back
get
to
it
2010 where you
started.
belong.
Huh?
That wasn't even 2010. That was like 2000.
Yeah, that was early 2000s. Um, Sorry guys, but this is a en français playthrough.
En français.
Canadian.
Canadian French. Yeah.
I never thought why there wouldn't be a difference, but
So without looking at the actual stream, does the team or does the developer Team Eco mean anything to you?
eco. It rings a bell, but it doesn't bring any specifics to mind.
As to be expected. All right. Let's see. There's got to be a way. There it is. To my dashboard. All right. Connected and we're live. Perfect. So many amazing things from this.
Photo mode, the best part of any game.
Yeah. I mean, this is a relatively new game.
Midnight mode?
Basically, it turns down the music whenever the game gets loud.
Hmm. Okay.
Because
So if you're playing at midnight.
this game automatically saves your progress, which wasn't available in the first two iterations.
Hmm.
That music. Oh, this takes me back. Oh, this takes me so far back. Oh, I'm so glad to be playing this game again. How's it going, everybody? Jay here with my co-host Dio, as always. We are going to be playing Shadows of Mordor. Wait, no, that's not the title.
Wait.
This
I was like, you
cutscene.
playing a Lord of the Rings game.
Nah, this cutscene actually wasn't in the original game. None of
Oh,
this
so Shadow of
opening
the
stuff.
Colossus.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're playing Shadow of the Colossus, baby. Something I'm positive Dio has never seen or heard of.
I've seen it like around in the store and the hype around wherever it was published, but that's the extent of it.
It's a relatively unknown. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. It's a very, very well-known game. Mostly because it's, this is pretty much... This game is pretty much Dark Souls before Dark Souls was a thing. Minus the difficulty. Like, you dragged me through 8 or 9 full days of a game that was nothing but walking around and doing nothing but playing story. So I figured I'd clap back and give you a game that has next to no story.
Alright.
But is still a very, very well-polished game. Like, this game is a very, very perfect representation of, what's it called? Gameplay storytelling. Because we're going to be, through the entirety of this game, it shouldn't take me more than, I want to say, like, maybe 12 hours at most, 6 at least, to beat this game.
Okay.
We're going to be going through 5 cutscenes. And each one is going to be at maximum, like, maybe 5 minutes long. And
Counting this one?
Yeah, I guess you can count this one. This is more like a precursor. But,
Yeah, kind of into it.
so if you want to count it, sure, but if not, then, it's fine on its own. But, yeah, there's 5 cutscenes that are going to be playing in this game that are actually, like, story prevalent. The rest of this game is going to be stuff that, the rest of this stuff is just going to be stuff that you get from the game itself.
Okay.
But yeah, I started...
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is so much more beautiful than how it looked in the PS2 version. Because the PS2 version, don't get me wrong, it was a really good game, but it had a lot of like visual issues. Like this would just dilute this down to about like put about like 500 more pieces of bloom around and down the resolution to like 240p, and you've got about what the original looked like.
Gotcha.
But I started playing this game back on the PS2, and it was good on the PS2, and it's even better now that I can actually fucking see everything. So,
It's not all fog.
yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower the volume a bit, because it sounds like it's coming in a bit loud. There we go. Midnight mode, controller. No, I don't want controller to be having any sort of audio. Then confirm.
Oh yeah, I forget the controller screams at you sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Controls. Ew. Control aim control horse. What? Camera zoom action control horse. Aha! This is the one I remember. This is the control scheme I remember. Yes. Sticking with
Well, hence the
classic.
name classic.
Yeah. Alright, enable photo mode. Yeah, alright. Alright, that's all good. Alright.
Not just hints, they're dormant hints.
I know, right? Yeah, it's true, Crimson. The PS2 couldn't render distance for shit, but I mean, it's just kind of what we're stuck with, or it was what we're stuck with at the time. So, welcome to the Forbidden Lands. We find our hero Wander coming into Dorman's shrine for a very, very simple purpose. God, I love how good this looks on the PS4, man. Oh, I'm gonna be harping on that for like the entirety of this playthrough, just like how good everything looks. If I remember correctly, they actually did. I don't know if they actually did do it or not, but I'm pretty sure they did. What is it, mocap for this stuff? So, but yeah, so it just looks. It looks so good. Oh, that horse is fucking amazing. Don't you shit talk aggro. Aggro is the greatest mount in any game.
The hell? Okay.
Yeah, his name is Aggro. Epona ain't got shit on him.
He works for high res.
He's the one that kickstarted all of the MMOs. Yeah, no.
Well, you know, I say that because one of their announcers is named Aggro, but...
Is he? I don't... I might... I probably have the announcer pack, but I haven't. I don't pay attention to what the names are.
Yeah.
I just know Nevercake's one, and they have one that's in French, and that's it.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah. En français. Comment allez-vous, mon petit? Oh yeah, it looks so. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. Welcome to Dorman's Shrine.
So I assume we know who we are. We're not just like, you know.
Oh yeah, we are playing as Wander, the boy in the poncho, and that is our horse Aggro, and that is 50% of the cast of this game. Oh yeah, this opening shot, yeah, like those rays that come down from the sky. This particular setup right here with this shot of us being inside of the shrine looking out was the most complicated shot that they did on the PS2. Because the way that they did it was they had like multiple pieces of light bloom shining in from the inside, and then then a completely abstract and different version of bloom shining from the outside. And they would switch whenever you left. So literally having like him standing inside and looking at the outside bloom was the most difficult and the hardest shot for them to actually put on. And that blanket disappears after this cutscene. Oh, he looks so good! Oh, he looks so good! You can see his face! Rather than it just being like this little pixelated palette. Ah, God, I love this game so much. Oh, they speak a fake language, by the way. Began from the resonance of intersecting points. They are memories replaced by ends and not and etched into stone. Yeah. Try to draw in as much as you can from these cutscenes because this is one of 5, the only 5
Okay.
that you'll get, and I think this is the one that has the most dialogue.
Oh, fucking okay. I had to at least. I cut my washer so that I could talk about this fucking game for a little bit.
Yes.
And
How's it
I
going,
will
Chris?
piss people off by letting it finish at 9 p.m. and just be loud as shit. So yeah, Shadow of the fucking Colossus was like how we trip out about like the latest Nvidia cards and shit like now, and like you know how good Crysis was. Well, Crysis was the last generation for this, but when Shadow of the Colossus came out, people were losing their fucking minds that a PS2 could actually like do graphics like this.
Well, it's not just the graphics; it's also like the behavior of a lot of things, like the behavior of the horse and the behavior of the Colossus. Like aggro was like the definitive original for how horses are supposed to act inside of
Yeah.
video games. And he had like the most complicated AI that had been crafted on the PS2 until then, and then I think after that Red Dead Redemption picked it up.
Yeah, well, people were kind of impressed by the AI, but it wasn't like anything they didn't figure out like right away. But like, people were trying to figure out how the fuck Shadow of the Colossus did its graphics for like half of the console generation.
Yep. Because
That's
it
the
was
Storm Ruler.
Oh no, that's not the Storm Ruler. That's much better than the Storm Ruler.
Yeah.
And in the hands of this little kid too. There's a lot of this game that is just going to be interpreted. That's just going to be like 100% interpretive through the gameplay.
Yeah. Like when I think of like cutting edge graphics for the PS2 era, right? Which was I was still young for the PS2 era, so it's like might not be the best effects for these, but I do remember people losing their shit over Shadow of the Colossus, and then people lost their shit over a game called Black, which no one ever talks about anymore. But it had like the breakable walls and shit like Battlefield does. So like you would shoot shit and it would chip apart, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" It's like nowadays we just laugh.
Nowadays we laugh at that shit, but back then that was fucking amazing. This game can very easily be compared to Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 for our generation, because it's one of the games that just blew people away with exactly how far they went with the technology and everything. Sacrifice.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, because like over the years, my opinions of Shadow of the Colossus have kind of
Dwindled.
lessened a little bit.
Yeah. Because you've actually
'Cause
gotten better games.
Well, and also like that I have expanded my games library, so there were a bunch of other really crazy good games that specialized in something that like Shadow just did graphics. Really.
Also, if I remember correctly, in the PS2 version, you couldn't really hear like the female version of Dorman's voice back when, could you? You could pretty much just hear the male.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't, because I remember whenever I actually watched like one of the playthroughs for this on PS4, I remember hearing that voice and just being like, I don't remember that being on the PS2.
I'm honestly not sure that I even remember what Dorman's voice would sound like from the PlayStation 2, because during that time played PlayStation games and listened to music.
I remember that voice very, very well, and it was just like that deep baritone voice that we hear now, and that was it.
And like, it kind of sucks because you'd have to shut the music off because Shadow of the Colossus has an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack of this game is fucking amazing. Dio, you are gonna love this game.
So. So yeah, I'm pretty sure like most of the cutscenes with Dorman like are just phased out of my memory because like it's been a long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I started this game where he probably talks the most.
Oh yeah,
like with music on and shit.
this is literally the most dialogue we're gonna get for the entirety of the game. Like this first key cutscene right here is like like a good 50 to 80% of the dialogue in this game comes from this first cutscene.
Yeah.
The price you pay may be heavy indeed. So Dio, before we actually gain control of the character, I have a task for you.
Yeah.
I want you to study as hard as you can on this game while we're playing it. Like, look at every single thing that we're doing, everything that goes on. Because at the very end of this game, I'm going to ask you one very key question. And I want you to be ready for it.
Alright.
Raise that sword by the light.
But yeah, I was just gonna sit back and like type some shit in chat.
But you couldn't.
It's just I was writing paragraphs. I was literally writing.
It's too good of a game not to talk about, man. Like this was
just the start. Like once it gets rolling, I'll probably be like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
You get through one fucking Colossus, and you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. So there's our plot. Did you understand it, Dio?
We're basically trying to get her soul back to her body.
Kill the Colossi, and we will have enough power to get her soul back into her body. Or to revive her, essentially.
We have to kill these. We have to defeat these giant statues. No. Okay.
You are giving no idea about the world outside. You're given no idea about who the fuck these two even are that he needs to rescue her or anything.
Oh, by the way, this is our map.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild be fucking damned because we can already go everywhere. We don't have to go through Tutorial Island or anything.
You are you're straight up just told, this is your guy, this is his goal. They ride in on this weird fucking horse where there's no one else around for whatever knows reason. And go kill these big giant things.
Alright.
Yep. And this is your only mechanic in the game. Is just raising your sword. And then after that, everything takes place with the Colossi. Oh, these cinematic shots are amazing. This wasn't in... The PS2 couldn't have handled doing this shit. Like, back whenever we were riding with aggro, or back in the PS2, if you were riding aggro, you had aggro in the center of the screen, and he was zoomed way the fuck in, too.
Well, they had it like this in the original Shadow of the Colossus. The only difference was, like, if you played Silent Hill, right? Like, that map is all there. But since PS2 can't render distance, they just fogged it.
Yep. There was just a shit ton of bloom everywhere.
Yeah. So you can see everything, I believe, in the PS2 versions. You can see, like, the shadows of shit in the distance, but they're not rendered.
Like this shot right here.
Get closer.
This shot right here of us looking at the shrine, even from this distance, that would be nearly unrecognizable because it would just be covered in bloom.
Yeah, it would be just it would look like kind of like a blurry mountain. Essentially.
So, what all do you know about Shadow of the Colossus, Dio? Because now I'm curious. How good was your childhood?
Like I say, the extent of this game that I know is I watched an Achievement Hunter Let's Play of that first cutscene and just kind of lost interest in their playthrough of it, and I know it by title, and that's the extent of it.
Aw. You don't have any interest in this game? How could you not?
Well, they did play the older version because it didn't look half as good as this, and I was just like,
This game looks disgusting.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not in the mood to watch like an old, half-rendered game, so I'm like, switch to something else.
So you're like, you're the graphics kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot more for a less rendered game to get my attention. Like, there are the exceptions, but graphics really help.
All right,
Yeah.
there's our first Colossus.
That kind of is one of my bigger critiques about this game, Jay. It's like you don't know any of the story or anything, but that also gives you no motivation to fucking start the game.
Now, what was this guy's name again?
Like, I don't fucking know. I don't even remember any of their names. But that is a big thing about me in games. It's like, if I don't know what the fuck's going on, like, I don't care. Like, even in games right now that are ambiguous, like fucking Nier, right? Nier, I don't give a shit about, like, everything going on around or whatever. Even though it has a fucking ridiculous backstory. But, like, right away, it just, like, fucking throws you into a giant robot, and it's like, there's a robot war. And you're fighting with, like, crazy androids. In, like, 5 minutes. Like, that's your draw.
Well, see, I kind of like games like that because it's, you know, it's the mystery of finding it out yourself instead of having it served to you, you know?
Well, yeah. But that's, like, also the thing with this, except with this, they're like, okay, here's a horse, here's a girl, and then it just, like, spits you out into, like, a field. I think it kind of poorly explains, like, you can even use a sword, but, I mean, for real.
It gives you even less. It gives you even less of a backstory than Dark Souls does.
Yeah.
And also the programming in this version is much better than the original. Because if I tried to rest on that platform in the original, I would just start clinging on to everything. Oh, I love the way the fur looks. Look at that fur! Oh!
Yeah, I also want to say though, like Dark Souls does a different approach too, where like Dark Souls 1 straight up, like yeah, there's a story elements to the game, but you're fighting a boss within the first 10 minutes of the fucking game.
Well, I mean, within
And
the
like,
first 10 minutes of the
in
game.
the tutorial section, and that boss whoops your ass.
Yep. So, Ashen One or Wander, who do you think would win?
Like
This is a super easy question.
wait, Ashen one. Like, wait, which one are you talking about? That's what I'm wondering.
Just one of the Dark
mean-
Souls MC.
Dark Souls MC is literally impossible.
Would literally wipe the floor with Wander.
No, that's not even what I'm saying, because they have the fucking power of respawns.
Yep. So, what'd you think of our first boss?
I feel like it's not going to be that easy throughout this entire game. I would at least hope not.
Oh no.
No, that was your tutorial boss, literally.
That's literally your
So you have to
tutorial
go on.
boss. Like I breezed
like-
through it, but the main point of it is you find its weak spot, you attack the weak spot, or you find a way to get on the Hydra's back. That's all you do.
I mean, that boss literally only has like what, one attack,
Yeah.
And it's hammer. That's it.
and it's slow. It's like the slowest boss in all of the fucking game. That's known for having pretty slow fucking bosses.
Yep. Oh, Dio, you know what you should do? Look up the Colossi names. Because each one has a number, it has a regular name, and it has a Latin name. That I think you will like. I think the first one is called Vanus? Or Manus? Something like that. And I don't know what his Latin name is.
Italian.
Arrivederci. Nah.
It's yeah, it's Italian name where you say it like regular, but you also pinch your fingers.
Oh, get off that fucking dead meme.
I just want an Italian Colossi.
Just throws fucking pizzas at you.
This big handlebar mustache.
No, you know what it is? It's literally just that pizza skin from for Vulcan. That's who you fight. Just like a giant Rocky version of it.
So I do kind of like these names. That first one was Valis.
Valis. Where are you,
That
Aggro?
name Minotaurus Colossus.
Minotaurus Colossus. Yep, the Minotaur Colossus. Alright, so we've seen the entire game from here on out. That's literally all we're doing for the rest of the game, is we're fighting Colossi. Like,
I'm trying to pull the stream on my computer, and like Steam is wigging the fuck out and like putting my friends with up and like disconnecting it. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just gonna disable Steam for now.
you can't get onto stream. You have to play. Gabe commands you to play.
Run my updates, you fool.
Now Windows Update is literally popping up being like, you need to update, and I'm like, I'll just click later for the end of eternity until you just fucking shut off my computer.
Where is it? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere.
Careful with that, because sometimes it's security patches.
Ah, there it is. Do you see that, Dio? It's very faint right now, but I'm sure you can see it. That like beam of light in the center of the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens every time we kill one of these things.
Huh.
God damn it. So I looked up Shadow PS2 just to remember kind of what it looked like on the PS2 more clearly. And the first fucking game that pops up, Shadow the Hedgehog.
much more famous than Shadow of the Colossus, but for an entirely different reason. Eagle! You know you can actually ride that?
The eagle?
Mm-hmm. There's videos, because every once in a while that eagle will swoop down close to you, and you can jump off your horse and grab it, and it'll take you places. Nowhere useful,
Oh,
but
they,
it'll take you places.
No, that's what it wasn't the fog, man. It wasn't. They ecoed it where they just gave it the bright, blinding light.
Bloom, yeah. Like nothing but bloom. They made bloom from imaginary places just so that they could cover up like the bad rendering. But
So not fog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been saying bloom. How many times have I said bloom since the beginning of this stream? Do you know?
I need to put like a counter to it. You've done it so many times.
Well,
Everything is just so
It-
crisp.
in my head, it's more foggy because let's face it, I've played a shit ton of PS2 games that have the same problem.
Well, it's PS2. Everything there looked foggy as shit.
It's like Silent Hill, this game. I don't think Nier was PS2. I think Nier was PS3. Even though Nier still did that.
Yeah. Well, Nier was also like the very beginning of PS3 too, if I remember correctly.
So is there much
bunch of-
exploring in this, or is it just like from Colossus to Colossus?
It's just Colossus to Colossus. There's nothing
so
else.
it is
in
very
this.
bare bones.
Mm-hmm.
Lizards.
Somebody once told me the world.
Did you literally forget about lizards?
Oh no, I know lizards are here. I'm not gonna be going after them. If I see them on my way around, I'll take them out. But I'm not gonna be exploring.
What's there? Is there something like 100 of them or some shit like that? And,
There's a fair amount of them.
yeah.
Oh, right.
And they might have even added more.
Well, I know they added another collectible.
Well, this one's very original. You know, he's walking on all fours, so he's Quadratus.
Quadratus. Yep.
Yeah.
He's the bull demon. He's like Taurus Taurus Magnus.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop it. Ah, come on. Fight me. Oh yeah. Also, pay attention to the eyes because they dictate how how the Colossi is feeling.
Huh.
Come on, attack me, you bitch. You know you want to.
I love
There
how
we
these
go.
guys are like, I don't know, they're just creepy in some regard.
They're big and slow.
Mm-hmm.
They're meant to be like daunting. Oh, here comes the change. Listen to it. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I love this song.
I think they're meant to have like parts of horror design in them, aren't they? Like the weird anatomies and shit like that.
Fuck.
I can see it.
Yeah. They're meant to be like they're meant to be daunting, but at the same time, like they're supposed to inspire fear. Hey, don't you go going nice on me. And it's also the fact that they're literally made out of almost nothing but stone. Aggro, get the fuck out of my way!
Goddamn horse.
There we go.
I should point out that like just 30 minutes ago, Jay was talking about how good the AI was in this game.
Yeah.
Well, that was my fault because I'm so used to jump being on the X or on the X button. I accidentally called him to me whenever I was like loading my weapon.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I just heard my name.
I don't know, I've never imagined Shadow of the Colossus as having like amazing AI. Its boss design is really good, but
Come on, up, Wander, up. Thank you.
trying to think of PS2 games that had really good AI, but there's not a whole lot of them. The first one that jumps into my mind is actually Rainbow Six, which has pretty good AI for being a PS2 game, even though they still fucking murder the shit out of you like all the time.
Wait, I thought Rainbow Six Siege was a PS4 game.
Rainbow Six
There
Siege
were
is a
different
PS4 game, but there was Rainbow Six Sieges, or the Rainbow Six
Like Las
as the
Vegas,
series
wasn't
was
it?
going on for a long time. Las Vegas is PS2, but even Las Vegas was pretty far like along this time. I'm thinking like Red Squadron,
Yeah.
where you literally ran your team like a SWAT team. And you would have them, like, the directions were so complex that you would fuck it up a lot. So you'd actually have to command one dude to, like, knock open the door and, like, another throw the flashbang grenade in. And if you did that wrong, you would basically have them throw the flashbang and then open the door. And I flashed myself so many times. And it's like, you one shot, you're dead. Right? Like, there's no mercy in that game. That and, what was it called? Ghost Recon. The old Ghost Recons were also like crazy tough, and the AI in that game were like always set to max.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop shaking.
Like,
Ghost Recon was like nothing but strategy. Like it was a little bit of shooting, mostly strategy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's yeah, and it kind of upsets me that Ghost Recon has become what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking Wildlands. Because I remember playing, like, even Future Soldier, but the one before that, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare? No, something, yeah, I think it might have been Advanced Warfare. I'm not sure. Before they started doing all the robot shit with it,
Yeah.
like, there was one where I spent, like, an hour on a mission, because I was literally just, like, on the outskirts sniping people and picking them off and making sure they wouldn't get alerted.
Okay,
And,
I have to bring that to attention.
Moving so slowly.
So the name of the trophy for killing Taurus is called the Mammoth. He's a fucking bull.
He's a mammoth bull.
Bull mammoth.
Pretty much.
He's made out of fucking stone. What does it matter?
His name is Taurus. That literally
Okay.
means bull.
He can be both.
Well, he's like a, conglomeration of organic and inorganic, so he can be two things at once.
I don't think these things
bull
really
man.
are organic. In all honesty, like
You don't
I
think so?
always imagine like the fur itself being like moss,
I
has
would,
overgrown.
I would
onto
imagine,
the
I would
rocks.
imagine that the Colossi have at least 76 genders, if not more, so they can call themselves whatever the fuck.
76 genders. There's only 16 of them canonically. Fucking 70. Each colossus is its own gender.
Oh, it's multiple genders.
Yeah, but they kind of move across the spectrum wherever they're, like,
very slowly move across the spectrum.
Fucking clip this. God damn it. Oh.
Clip this so we can get Twitch banned.
Oh, fuck Twitch.
Dude, like, everything we do is Twitch bannable, so at this point, like, I'm not even worried about it.
oh yeah.
So, have you noticed anything new, Dio?
I mean, there's more shadow people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is
showing up and staring at our dead body.
So, Dio, I want to show you a little bit of what I was talking about earlier with the what is it? With the gameplay storytelling. So this game has been remade twice. This time it was remade from the ground up. So, why don't I want you to take a look at this animation and tell me what you see from Wander.
Yo, I've seen two best friends like actually play this game. Can you like zoom in like on his face?
It's not going to start happening yet.
I know, but like,
You
does
have
he even
camera
start
mode, though.
showing? Never mind.
He doesn't start showing
Yeah, it
until
doesn't.
like, yeah.
Like way later.
He's got very pretty anime eyes though. Kind of looks like 02 or 02. What's her name? 2B.
Fittingly enough, he looks like fucking Griffith. Anyway, we'll just we'll
But yeah, so that sword swing. What'd you notice, Dio?
I don't know that he, brings up his other hand to bring it down.
Does
I
it
don't know.
does it look like what you'd see someone who knows how to wield a sword swing it?
Sure, I'm no swordsman or anything.
You've
but
played
it
plenty
seems
of
more
games
natural
where
to
people
just
swing
swing it.
swords.
no.
Yeah.
Does that look like how any other character would swing a sword in any other game?
No, not really.
No? Alright. Well, then I'll test something else out here whenever we get across this bridge. Because I'm tempted to jump off, but I have a feeling I would just end up jumping, and the way the physics in this game are,
Well,
I would just jump off the edge.
I'm still gonna say like no one knows really no one knows any of the fucking story behind this game.
There was
Like,
some...
no one knows who the fucking main character is, other than like he has a shitty sword style, but he can ride a fucking horse, which wouldn't that be that uncommon for even if in fantasy settings. But...
There have been multiple different interviews that they've done with the developers to get a little bit more backstory out of these games. But as far as like what the actual story is behind all three of them is very, very interpretive. But yeah, also
the developers have basically also said fuck off.
yeah. Take a look at that roll if you wouldn't mind.
Not very helpful.
Does that look like a combat-ready dodge roll?
I mean, besides the stumble.
Well, I mean, I've got to say at the same time, like, it's also a video game thing.
Well, yeah, but at the
Like-
same time, you don't see like that kind of stuff. Like take the dodge roll from Kingdom Hearts, for example. It's very precise, and it's there. It's an animation. It's done. But this game already
yeah, but that's the
has like.
mechanics.
Well, the dodge roll is also
That's the
a mechanic
mechanics
in this
of
game.
the game. Yeah.
It's a mechanic you can use in this game as well. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. What I'm trying to say is that there's ways that they do like try to tell you a little bit more about each person, or about the characters and the environment around you based off of like the way that they do things, like the way that they animate Wander. Like he definitely doesn't know how to swing a sword if that's his sword swing. And he also isn't like someone who knows how to do like a combat roll if he stumbles getting up from one of them. So
Also, he comes in with the sword, doesn't he?
yeah, he comes in with the sword. He stole it from the villagers. And also, another thing is that this guy is not the best swimmer. I mean, fucking look at that. So we're getting like little pieces of lore, but it's things that people wouldn't normally like put together. It's go ahead.
Well, he still knows how to swim.
He knows
That's
how
like
to swim.
That's the fucking weird thing.
But would
Yeah, but it's like
do you see someone? Do you see someone in Assassin's Creed swimming like this? Do you honestly see Ezio swimming like this? Well, Ezio can't fucking swim either. But what is it? Black
well, no,
Flag.
like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, right? Like, if you usually even know how to fucking swim at all, you know how to swim. Okay, this dude really swims like shit for knowing how to swim at all.
Yeah.
Well, there's also there could just very well be that the place that he comes from doesn't have like lakes and fuck me to death. Doesn't have like lakes and rivers and places for him to swim in.
Oh.
Well, he's
Oh,
also
yeah,
trying
but,
to
like-
swim with a sword, so it's like.
But like
well,
you've
Well,
seen
I mean-
my ass swim in the middle of fucking Amarillo, Texas. Like,
Even if I put the sword away, it doesn't change the animation. Like he's still swimming like nothing.
I know, but I swim better than that, and like I don't have any water near me.
Nah,
I
you
just
have,
know how to swim.
You have Medipark.
Sorry, but if anybody touches that
as I-
water, they're getting all sorts of diseases.
I've eaten catfish from there before. It doesn't matter. But no, it's like they're not telling the story through like walls of text or even the way Dark Souls does it with like item descriptions. They're literally trying to tell like little pieces about these people through like animations and through like the way the world looks and things like that. Which is why it
Do we
What's up?
even have a confirmed age? I wonder.
Somewhere in his 20s.
20. The fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's young. That much is very prevalent. He definitely has like the spirit or the drive of someone who's going through like their definitive adult stages. And by the time you're 25, you usually know what you're doing, right, Crimson?
I thought he was like 14.
Do you honestly?
Younger.
He doesn't look 14. He definitely, especially now that he's got the whole. Well, he actually does kind of look J-pop-ish now.
He's fucking Japanese. You can't tell.
That does not look
Okay,
Japanese in the slightest.
This makes me very happy. There's like a whole chart.
That looks
with how their language
looks
goes.
exceptionally Japanese from like a Western standpoint.
But no, he doesn't look like he'd be a
Anyway.
kid. The way his face is set up, he doesn't look like indistinguished enough or non-distinguished enough to
Or
be like
maybe
a little
like-
kid.
Maybe like 16 to 18.
Yeah,
That's what I was going
he's
with.
definitely not like in his 30s. But I said 20s because it gives me hope that maybe someday I'll go on an adventure like this. So, what is the name of this one?
Let's see.
Rubble. Right now.
Peg leg. No, he's not rubble. He's just fucking sunbathing.
Gaius.
Gaius.
Terrestrius Rita.
And this one is actually the one that's on the cover of the box art.
I think
It's like one of the most iconic out of all of them. So,
He is pretty cool looking.
yeah. So first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to get him away from that. Come here. I forgot. Oh god, I need to get away. There we go.
no, you're supposed to make him swing.
Yeah, but you have to make him... well, I guess I could try to go for the skill shots. Nope. Ugh. Fuck. But the way that you're supposed to is you're supposed to make his sword swing onto this so that his bracer breaks. And then climb up him. But there is a way to slingshot yourself off of the sword and onto him.
Yeah. I was gonna say you've seen the speed run, right? Like,
Yep. I've seen the speedrun.
I think you actually stand at the tip of the sword and like jump.
You should try it.
I'm not gonna
One.
make you do it.
I mean, I'll give it a shot.
I'm not even gonna
I
ask
don't-
you to do it.
Yeah. Let's not have another path of pain here, but you know.
There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Yeah.
Up, you fool. Up.
I guess you could just stand on it too.
Wait for him to shake it a little bit. Too much! Too much shaking! Alright. And he's gonna dip down one more time. He should, anyways. No! Damn it! Okay, yeah. Aggro can't help you here, Wander.
I don't remember how you did it. But, yeah, there's a sick as shit way where you can literally just have him, like, launch you up to the top. Like,
Yeah,
his torso.
the strat is literally, have him swing the sword, drop down, or, slingshot off of it, do a dropping stab onto the, onto his head.
That's not even what I was talking about. Like, talking about that.
Damn it!
The one where you just get him up to the torso and that stops like half it. That right there.
Yeah.
That's the move that you need, but it's whatever.
Alright, alright. No, I didn't even hit the... Could've sworn I was on it. Fucking...
Sword. It still pulled you though. That's what's funny.
Fuck you. Hit me,
Just
you
do
bitch.
it the slow way.
Alright, fine. Well, I've got to maneuver him over, away from the pedestal so that he can hit it. Which means I've got to stay in, like, this kind of awkward area.
By the way, how the hell is he not falling over all the time with those round feet?
Years of balance practice. Well, actually, no. He apparently he has fallen many times. That's why he was on the ground whenever he... God fucking... Ugh. Alright. Let's just stand here. See if he'll move.
I was also gonna say, like, on that note, Dio, humans have surprisingly round feet for being, you know, as upright as we are.
Well, yeah, but we have like the length advantage too. He's just got like nubs, you know. It's like you chop off those feet and use, you know, the
Ow.
end of your bone, and that's what he's doing.
You.
Well, yeah, but like, still, like for real.
Yeah,
We
yeah, I feel you.
You want to swing, like, right here, big guy. You know you do. Here he comes! Here he comes!
It's like, especially among like bipeds, like
There we go.
most bipedal animals have like claws, like 3-pronged feet or whatever. We just have like lengthy nubs.
Alright, big guy, come on. Come on. Let's do this, you Spanish bitch. Ah, fuck! Nope! Nope! Come on, up, up!
Jump
Up,
up the
Wander! Fucking, there we go. Oh god.
Can't you jump to his waist?
I mean, if I can get back on. There we go. The inexperience of someone who's never done this kind of shit before. Up there's one
Dio,
of his.
I need you to take this, upload it to YouTube, and just add Benny Hill music. Right.
The
right
Benny
there.
Hill theme. Ah, fuck! Nope. You are not shaking me off.
I mean, I'm 100% sure that it's been done before with this.
Yeah! There we go.
But still, it's oddly appropriate.
It's very appropriate for exactly how much shenanigans it took to get to here. Come on, come on. That is a sexy midriff, by the way, might I add. Like, most women would kill for a midriff like that. There we go. Yeah. Oh,
So,
man.
like,
Come on, don't you love a hairy chest, Dio?
So, like, also, they're not made out of stone.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
They fucking
They're
turned
just-
to stone.
I thought they were beings that were just encased in stone.
I like to imagine that they are actually made of stone, partially because, well, they are resonance of the stone. They're basically embodiments of the stone figures that are in the chapel, but also because like they turn to stone afterwards, after you kill them. And I've always had the imagination that like that back whenever this game was like on the PS2, the fur did not look like gray like it does now. It always looked green. So I always imagined like that it was moss rather than fur. Okay.
Well, maybe this little description will shed some light. All Colossi have the experience of gargantuan statues come to life, though no two are exactly alike. Most appear to be made out of stone. Sometimes the stone is amorphous or even cut like the stones of a building, giving the Colossus a look of architecture. Some Colossi are so massive that the green leafy plants have begun growing around their bodies. So I kind of like your little moss introduction there.
There's gray moss.
Yeah.
That's not the move I want you to do. Oh, that's why you're not swinging your sword. We're at the edge of the fucking arena. Come on, big guy.
Sorry, I can't reach you there.
Doesn't want to... He swings it over the edge and ends up toppling himself over.
I'd like to think he, like, swings it in such a way that he just loses his sword and y'all just kind of look at each other for a second, like, oh.
Well, no, his sword is attached to his body. Like, you're fixing to see a very
yeah,
good...
I see it.
Yeah. Alright, Wander. Come on. There you go. Good boy. No! Okay. And up we go. I swear to God, Valis. Whatever your name is.
It's,
Gaius.
Gaius.
That's also one of the kind of things that fucking bugs me about this game. It's like, all of the Colossus, right, are in the fucking worst arena for those Colossus to be in.
Yep.
You're saying it swung in our favor quite a bit?
Like, they have glaring weaknesses based on where they're at.
Fuck me.
Rip.
So close. I should have jumped. I should have jumped there.
This is what you get for not going after lizard.
I'm not going on a fucking 5-hour lizard hunt.
So, Dio, if you don't know, lizards are what raises your stamina bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing they raise, and you have to get, like, what, 10 of them to get, like, a little pip.
Yep,
It's
pretty
like
much.
a complete fucking waste of time, almost.
Oh, and even better, once you get to the extra part of this game, you can actually find like forbidden fruit and forbidden forbidden lizards that will lower your stamina and health back down to level 1.
What the hell?
But that's like after you've completed hard mode on this game. Oh, fuck you! Oh, that hurt. All right, come on, come on, up we go. And once again, we find ourselves on top of the fucking Colossi. Alright.
I mean, that's kind of the goal, isn't it?
Yo, that day, I fucking love it. Elon!
Alright. Now I've got your number, bitch. Now I've got you. There we go. Nope.
It's like,
We will not again.
but yeah, they take like this giant fucking colossus with the biggest sword, who's just perfect for just being alone in the field, and, like just swiping at the ground. I'm like, yeah, let's put him on this small fucking pedestal where he can't even really swing his shit without toppling over. And, we'll give him little nubs for feet, or he can't walk. We'll put him on a.
You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Fuck. Also, if you take a close enough look at his eyes, you can actually see that the swirls are moving, or that his eyes have like moving textures. Okay, I need to get off his head. Regain my stamina real quick.
I mean, that was in the PS2, but like, still, it's not hard to fucking.
It was a fucking graphic. That's all it was. It was a JPEG on top of his face. There wasn't like any actual movement in the whirls or anything.
Still not hard to do just a JPEG.
It's not a JPEG here though. We've upgraded to GIFs.
Couldn't support that file size back then.
I know, right?
No, I mean I thought they moved in the original game too. It's just like
No, they were just static. They were very, very static. I remember because I used to look at those eyes all of the time whenever I fought fucking butter knife bitch.
Look into my eyes.
Look with your special eyes. Come on. No! Alright, we're retreating. I just want to get this one over with. I mean, he's a great Colossus and everything, but he's not my favorite. I want to get to my favorites. There we go. Yeah, see, like they move. Wake the night. Take back the night. Oh, God.
You get a trophy for every single Colossus, don't you know?
Probably, yeah. Well, I mean what else are they going to give you trophies for?
Exactly. It's like the only thing you do. It's gonna be like, staring at the corpse for 5 minutes.
I honestly kind of hate when they take PS2 games that obviously didn't have trophies, and they add trophies into them, and it's just like a weird pop-up for every little thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people that, I don't know if it's like, like Xbox and people actually hunt achievements on PlayStation, but, people are going to be pissed if there's no achievements to a game, I'd imagine.
Well, I know Crimson platinumed Final Fantasy 15 for some ungodly reason.
I did Platinum 15 because it took me 100 hours, and it was probably the easiest Platinum I've ever gotten.
It was a shit game. I hated that game. I disliked that game so much.
And the actual hardest thing in 15, because I did play it to completion because it was still a good like boss game and shit like that, regardless of how much the story fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing in that game is a fucking platforming puzzle dungeon that took me like 3-4 hours straight to beat. Like Path of Pain for fucking Final Fantasy 15, and you just get some shitty gear. Like, it's not even that great gear.
That doesn't seem like a game that would be very like
Platform-esque.
on your side with mechanics and platforming.
Yeah, it's one of the special dungeons, and I just did it because I've like at that point I platinumed it, so it's like the only thing I had left to do.
Fuck it.
I was like, let's see how long it goes, and like I did it. And I was like, okay, so it's probably gonna give me like the best item in one of the best items in the game, and like they were good, but still, it wasn't worth the time. It was like a green belt or something like that, which is like one of the better fighter items in every Final Fantasy game. And I just fucking hated it.
One of those statues topple every time that you...
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Dear God, did you not read the first cutscene?
No.
The Colossi are directly correlated with the statues. In order to get our wish of resurrecting Mono, we have to defeat all 16 Colossi and destroy all 16 destroy all 16 statues.
We need to resurrect Mono. We are the anti-vaxxers.
Well, I mean, that's what her name is. I mean, you should have heard about her sister, Miss Syphilis. Oh, hey, thanks for the lurk, Jake the Adventurer. Good to see you on stream, man.
Wait, does it tell you when people are lurking now?
Yeah, it just told me.
Yes.
Lurker
Never seen that
notifications.
before. Yeah, it just says he's lurking. It's like okay.
I mean, it's a positive. It's more views.
No anonymity for you. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
It's the one specific lurker too. It's fun.
What even is the difference between like lurking and regular viewers?
Viewers usually engage a bit more, and lurking is just like you're just watching and not participating, from what I understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
but 90% of our viewers are lurkers. Why is it just this one dude? I kind of feel bad. We should do something special for you, but we don't really have anything right now except killing Colossi.
This one's dedicated to you, bud.
yeah, this next Colossi death is dedicated to Jake the Adventurer. What even is the name of our next Colossi, Dio?
Next Colossi is Phaedra? Yeah, Phaedra.
Oh, I know this one! I know this one, and I love this one!
Let's see.
Oh, wait, no, I know what this one is.
This is the
I
one that
fucking
everyone
hate
hates.
this
What?
one! Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce this Latin name. Like, my Latin studies are not helping me at all, but Equus Bellator Apex?
Equus Bellator Apex, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That sounds about right.
Just think about that name and just imagine what this Colossus looks like.
This thing
I mean,
is
he's the only
I
one
can
that has
guarantee
Apex,
you
so-
already know.
this thing is a pain in the fucking dick. Mostly because it's extremely smart. And basically that just means that its AI never does what you want it to do. Like speedrunning this one is a bitch.
So here you
Also,
go,
I'm
Jack.
gonna-
You get the shitty boss.
I'm gonna say it again. Like, why this Colossi in this area?
Because he's a horse. Actually, he's posing more like a sphinx right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for real. Like, I get it's the game.
Well, from what I remember, whenever I actually did do research, whenever I was like super into this game, this entire map is created specifically for every Colossus. Oh, and
Yeah.
fun fact: do you know how many Colossi there were originally supposed to be, Dio?
Let's see.
What the fuck is with this tail?
There's 16, so
Oh no, it's made like that.
Yeah, that's just the way his tail is.
Oh wait, is it glitching? No, it.
Oh, it is
It's
glitchy.
wigging out.
Wow, that's nice.
That's a good eye.
he's
What the?
happy to see ya.
I thought he was talking about the fact that it's like cut. And I was like, no, it's designed like that, so you can't actually grab it, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're not doing what I want you to. Fuck off. Come here. Come here.
Or can you grab it? I can't remember.
You can grab it. Yeah, it's specifically designed so that you can grab it. The speedrun strat is to grab onto his little dreadlocks right there. The slow strat, which is the strat I'm gonna be taking because I don't trust my speedrunning skills for shit, is to grab onto the tail.
Don't you just have to get in the tunnel and he'll? Like,
Yeah, but
forward?
you have to get him into the center, otherwise he'll just go around the side and just start looking in from the sides.
It's like, hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
how you doing? I see you in there. You wanna come out? I don't even know why or how these colossi tend to kill us, aside from just like stomping us into the dirt.
Yeah, but it's it's almost like these things are actually made to be defeated.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the purpose. If they're
Go.
if they're not
Woo.
if they're not made to be defeated, there's no point in us actually trying to kill. Whoa, hello.
I know that's the game logic. They are meant to be defeated. World logic, they are not meant to be defeated.
Well,
So
maybe,
why would you put them in these areas?
Well, also think about this. These Colossi are made for a specific purpose. They weren't created by the people who sealed them away, so maybe that's why they're made to be very defeatable. Is so that whoever did come along could defeat them.
It's like a rite of
Dio,
passage or something.
yeah, and Dio has no idea what we're talking about, but basically it's like, you know, these are the barriers you have to pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole area pretty much is set up to house these things, and it's like separate from everything else. So you'd imagine they would be like really hard to kill, which is why no one ever comes here, or, you know, no one ever does anything except this one jackass who just shows up and fucking murders the hell out of everyone.
Yep.
Everything.
He just comes in.
But like, they're so easy to kill because of the fact that they're in these areas.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah.
And I think, I don't know, they might explain it later. I'm not all that sure.
Like I said, the reason
But
I'm pretty sure they're designed to be defeatable for the very specific reason that I'm not telling Dio, because he needs to experience this. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, it's like, it just doesn't make any sense
Mm-hmm.
to me.
To you, but then again, you're looking at it from a captor's perspective, not a captive.
I'm looking at it for like an overall perspective, because I think there's something that I'm forgetting, but either way, it's too convenient that they're just in an area that's fucking tailor-made for them to be destroyed.
Oh yeah, BB, this game is very, very interpretive. You're supposed to make up like your own canon for it. That's pretty much the entire there is like bare bones, very little lore for this game. Like, there are little tidbits that we've managed to get off of like the producers and the makers of the game, but other than that, there isn't really that much.
There is a language chart for the text in here. That makes me very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Wait. I may have just made a fool of myself.
they're yeah, I have my own canon for this game that is the horses. It's really the big bad for the entire game.
Oh, hey, Jenny Loback, thanks for the follow.
Oh, no. Okay.
Aggro is the one who's secretly Dorman. He's been guiding you here this entire time.
He literally guides you here.
Well, I mean, you do walk on his
You
back.
literally ride in on the evil horse.
Mm, well,
Somewhat evil horse.
It's a black horse, so what do you expect?
We don't know.
God damn.
Oh, I played The Last Guardian.
Yeah. The
Last-
only one who's actually played Last Guardian is
Jay.
Sildarius. Yeah.
Just call me Jay. It's much easier to pronounce.
But it's way less cool.
Not really. I just stick with that name because I know it's never gonna get taken. At least not until this channel takes off. Which at that point I'll be taking my second favorite name. Oh,
Like,
right.
the reason I say Dio instead of Diogenes is just because
Diogenes.
Dio's shorter, and it's just as cool.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
you don't
oh,
really
hey.
have to change all that much just because of popular culture.
Dude, check out
You
his
can
neck.
already see it, yeah.
Yeah, check out his neck. You see that, Dio?
But,
Like you're a little roughed up.
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just be flat out. Crimson is way better than what my actual name is that I'm not going to say here because
Mr. Crimson Crystal?
Coral.
Okay, really quick. Like,
Or are you talking about your actual name, Roy?
I'm saying Crimson. Crimson's all you gotta say because you don't even have to say the other one because it's so lame.
well, like, don't ask me why I was looking through your Facebook today, but like, do you just have like a
Wait, you can't start a conversation.
I wasn't stalking you, Crimson. I was just stalking you.
Usually people would be like, oh, so I saw something on your Facebook. I'd be like, okay, cool. But then he's like, don't even ask me why I was looking at your Facebook. That raises more flags than anything you could
Anything you could possibly say to justify it.
Anyway, go on.
By all means.
It's just like, it's like red's your thing, like crimson, and you just like seem to wear a lot of red, like everything affiliate yourself
No
with has
shit,
like
Sherlock.
He's a very angry midget.
Anyway,
Okay, so just a couple of
that I
details
wear a
into
lot
our
of red, and that my name is Crimson, and that my whole personality revolves around me wearing red and being red.
I just auto locked onto the last Colossus for no reason.
I don't know what's more upsetting, the fact that he was being shifty about looking at my Facebook, or the fact that was it 3 years now, 2 years?
2 years.
And he's just catching on to the fact that I've named myself Crimson because I have an affinity for the color red.
Hey Crimson, do you like red? What gave you that away? As he sits there in the blood of his enemies, bathed in red.
The only thing better than that is today I wear the one shirt in my entire wardrobe that isn't red or black.
Is it the blue chainsaw one? The bunny chainsaw one?
No, that's my joke shirt. Actually, I'm wearing the bright neon yellow shirt because I just felt like not wearing red today.
Well, to justify myself, you tagged me in that some sort of hat in time video, and I thought I had saved it, so I went back. I was like, where is that fucking video?
So that's
and all your pictures showed up as I was looking for it.
I think.
Meanwhile, you don't see any pictures of me, do you?
You don't post pictures of yourself.
Exactly. I am hidden to the entirety of the internet for a very, very particular reason.
One of these days, I just want to spend a whole day of just trying to find a picture of you somewhere, whether it be schoolbook pictures or something.
Oh, I have pictures. I take plenty of pictures of myself. I just don't post them to the internet because nobody wants to see my beautiful face.
I think it might even be on my other phone, but I don't know. Jay sent me a picture of him from middle school. And it was fucking, you know the picture.
I know the picture, yeah.
It was kind of scary, dude. Serial killer levels of scary because he was clean shaven and clean cut and had his hair put back and greased.
My hair was nice and everything was. I didn't look like the fucking serial killer hobo I do today.
He was in a white suit.
Oh wow! Damn.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was like, no. It's
What is this thing I'm looking at?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this one is one of my favorites. So, Dio, how do you propose we get on to this one?
Avion, you're gonna have to jump on the motherfucker, I imagine.
Nope.
Holy shit! Yep.
We have to make him crash into that building over there. That's literally the only way to do this.
Huh. Okay.
No, you can jump on him.
Motherfucker! You just what the fuck? Is it Crimson Killjoy now? But no.
Crimson's role. He's just the spoiler king.
This is literally the thing of I watched two best friends play this 2 years ago or whatever, but I don't think I was paying attention for half that playthrough because I played Shadow of the Colossus. And at that same point, I played this game maybe once when I was way younger because it came out a long time ago. But even I remember this fucking boss fight, and there's actually only one way to do it. This
is an epic ass boss fight.
And I almost kind of felt like Jay had the really hard way to do it. Just ingrained in his brain. I have a feeling it's going to come up at one point when we're watching this.
Oh, whenever we're talking about whenever I played this game by myself back when?
Well, no, I feel like there's going to be a point where Jay, you come up and you're like, oh yeah, and this is how you beat this class, I'll be like, there's such an easier way to do it that you didn't know about that I did with my
No,
limited experience of this game.
no, because I've played this game way too much to not develop like to not develop like multiple different strategies for defeating each colossi. I used to
Yeah,
play
I
the
can
fuck out
definitely
of this
see-
game back in the day.
I can definitely see why this game was not first person.
Yeah.
Fucking VR Shadow of the Colossus. Let's go!
Oh, that would be the sickest. VR Shadow of the Colossus would be fucking amazing. It would give everybody vertigo, and it would be awesome.
All the TVs and fucking lamps destroyed playing this game because everyone's trying to jump onto a giant fucking stone dinosaur.
So you want to know the sexy strat for this one? So it's supposed to go stab one wing whenever he goes for the turn. You drop off and catch the other, or drop off of one wing and drop onto the other one, and then you jump whenever you get back to the center on his back. You jump and grab the very tip of his tail.
Interesting.
I think it's this one. Oh, what's he saying?
Okay, so that has to be something you type in.
I'll fly away.
Spiritual.
Fly like an eagle.
Wait. Spiritual.
Spiritual, yeah, I'm
might-
curious now.
I'm gonna have to look this up. 'Cause,
Motherfucker, get back here. Get back down here. Yeah, I'm on the right one. Ah, there we go.
Money baby.
Ah. So, how is a giant rock supposed to be able to fly?
I mean, bees aren't supposed to fly.
Yeah, but bees do it because of avionics. Motherfucker! No!
Oh.
There we go.
It's actually, I think it's actually a different song. Interesting.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Hang in there, Wonder. Hang in there. There we go. To the back of the tail. This camera shifting is not helping. There we go. Ugh. Also, why does he have a tail? It seems very anti-aerodynamic. Like, it seems like this would just get in the way.
Colossi noises. Have you noticed any changes in Colossi noises?
Each
wouldn't
one
know,
makes its
but-
own particular, like, sound. Like, this one makes, like, a high-pitched kind of noise. No!
Well, yeah. But, just call me and saying that they're apparently different from the last game.
I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to the sounds because the entirety of what was going on in my mind for the first couple of playthroughs was, dear God, I don't want to fall off.
I was about to say, knowing you, you'd be the type that just, played music over all this anyways, so...
Oh
No, that's me.
No,
Out of the two
you
of us,
do
that
not.
actually was me.
You do not listen to music over this. There is not a single track you can listen to in the world that will beat the soundtrack while you're playing this game.
Other than My Chemical Romance, which is pretty much what I was.
Shut up, you fucking emo weeb.
Yeah, I just have to mention, for a matter of fact, that my uncle was the one when I was younger who had the PS2. So until he got a new one, I would play PS2 games on his PS2, but he would always listen to like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, just all the emo songs of back in the day, which is
Cure him.
why which is why I'm like not such a fan of them, but I still have them ingrained in my head. As I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, these songs are all right.
Yeah.
But for like the longest time, I'd be like, get this shit the fuck away from me.
You were more like a Marilyn Manson and Korn kind of guy, weren't you?
No. No, I've always been a Stain and Chevelle person.
Chevelle, isn't
just
that the
'cause-
enemy in 101 Dalmatians?
No.
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil.
That's who you're looking
Cruella
at.
Chevelle.
Cruella de Vil, who, as a fact, has a better record of saving of animal, like, has a better record with animal cruelty than PETA.
Oh man,
That's one of my favorite like facts ever. It's like she's like a dog trader or whatever, but she wants like Dalmatian fur.
She wanted Dalmatian fur to make into a coat because she liked having animal
Well, she chooses like a fucking bunch of puppies to kill, which makes no sense. But like, yeah, she would at least like raise them or whatever. Like, she was an animal trader, and those were like the only animals, I guess, that she kills or whatever. And then it's like,
no, because she was wearing like some sort of fur suit or fur coat whenever through the entirety of the movie. Even the live action movies, she had like a skunk fur coat or something like that. She always had like some sort of like authentic fur coat.
yeah. But I mean, like, she at least lets them like grow or whatever, right? As like animal poachers tend to do. And like,
I mean, like, the bigger the dog, the more fur.
Yeah, right? Like, that's what makes sense. But like, PETA's whole thing is like they just don't want animals to be pets. So they'll like euthanize the shit out of puppies. They'll like murder the shit out of like
Yep.
all sorts of. It's so fucking weird.
Don't want animals to be pets. Like I can understand being against animal cruelty because if you're not against animal cruelty, that's something fucked up with you. I'll turn you over to our psychologist major after that. But I mean, not wanting animals to be pets, that doesn't make sense to me. You know?
But they literally think that having them like euthanized like by the thousands is better. It's so fucking weird.
That's like the whole Scrooge mentality. Just let them decrease the surplus populace. You know, it's like,
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
You can talk more about this in depth at another time, but side note, I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Welcome to the Lost Woods, by the way.
Well, Mr. Game Dev J, you know, do you think that the sound effects would have been like, I don't know, redone for this game? Do you think they would have gone?
Well, this
that
game
in-depth with it?
This game was rebuilt from the ground up. So, I mean, I
Okay.
want to say that they kept the same voice actor for Wander, because his voice definitely doesn't sound as bit crunched as it used to back in the PS2 era. But I would say, yeah, that a lot of the or most, if not all of the sound effects have been redone. Like, I mean, that was even pretty apparent whenever it came to us talking about Dorman's voice.
Yeah, this is very true.
Even if you don't like redo a sound effect though, by decompressing it essentially, because you have more file space and everything needs to be compressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
By decompressing it, you change the way that it sounds because it just doesn't sound as bad.
Yeah,
And like you can catch what it actually sounds like.
It's like whenever people were talking about the whole, what was it? The sound issue that people were ranting and raving about back like a couple weeks ago. It was like Yanny or something like that. Margaret and Yanny, because of just the way that the sound was compressed.
That's a completely different thing, actually. That has more to do with how fucked up your hearing is, essentially. So like, we'll go into the psychology of it right now, right? So you have like your neurons in your brain or whatever, and they prune as you get older. So if you live in areas where like you have more bass sounds, you will hear more bass sounds. And if you live in areas where you have to hear like higher pitch sounds, you'll hear higher pitch sounds. And if you have bad hearing, you'll also hear like only like lower sounds or higher pitch sounds, but I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, so like a bunch of people with like shitty hearing will hear Laurel.
Yeah, I imagine
Over
it'd be lower
Yanny or whatever. Yeah.
because you lose it as you age.
Yeah, well, it's also just like what is it? Environmental adaptation. something that is fuck. Well, that hurt. Something that's kind of like a minor. It's not necessarily evolution, but it's one of the things that Darwin talked about a lot. But it's like the more your body, every organism has the ability to minorly adapt to its environment. It can't make any like outrageous changes like growing wings, but it can do things like developing like a higher body temperature to survive in warmer climate or in cooler climates, or in that case, dulling out higher pitched or lower pitched voices or sounds to reduce the risk of damaging your ears from said sounds. I love that beard. Holy shit, that's a good looking beard.
But yeah, it basically is just a factor of whether or not you are more accustomed to higher pitched or lower pitched sounds, and also whether or not your ear, like nerves, hairs, whatever the fuck they're called, are actually damaged.
Okay, so I think you're gonna like his name. His name is Barba.
Yep, it's like Barbus Mustachius Colossus or something like that is the Latin name.
Balua Maximus.
Balua Maximus.
It's definitely the least one of like the least memorable. I would say.
I remember this one. And I'm probably the only one who does because this was the first one that actually took me like a legitimately long time to figure out how to get.
Oh, but I was gonna say like, first off, it's like right in the middle of the game, and it's not really that like crazy. It's like not difficult or hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's in between.
It's not like super easy and it's not super hard.
Or yeah, it's not easy or hard. Excuse me.
I already know what my favorite one is. My favorite one is the fucking parkour expert. But yeah, I mean, there's basically two different types of colossi. The colossi where the environment is the biggest issue for you to get around, and the colossi where the colossi themselves are the hardest part to figure out. And this one is essentially just like, it's kind of a weird mixture of the two. Which kind of like leaves him to be, since he doesn't have like the environment weighing heavily in his favor, or the the environment weighing in his favor, or like the fact that he's just hard to scale in his favor, it just leaves him as being kind of bland.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Right here, Wander. Right here, Wander. Yeah. Oh, which one was Argus? Oh no, he was Butterknife. Right. Motherfucker. Thank you. You'll know him when you see him.
Also, there you go, Dio. I like pulled up the video and sent it to you.
Sharp dress man. What's her fucking ZZ Top? Oh, love it.
Get up there. All right.
Thank you, Crimson.
Just gotta regain
My
my stamina
favorite,
real quick.
my favorite is actually just the fact that it adds a bunch of references that I really liked in the background of it. Except for the Nier one, because fuck that guy. Not only is that like pretty much the biggest spoiler in the game, but it's also just like the most traumatic moment in the game. But I mean, you wouldn't know unless you played the game. So
Yeah, I haven't.
It's a shit game. I wouldn't recommend playing it.
Oh, dude, we're fucking playing Nier. Dude, I've got the disc.
We're not playing Nier. Fuck you.
You're not playing Nier. We're playing Nier.
Yeah.
If you're playing this game, I can get Dio to play Nier.
Wait, Nier or Nier Automata?
Automata.
Well, I was actually planning on playing the Nier series, like, sometime in the future. Maybe not this year, but next year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We can get Dio to stream him and play both the Niers.
Yeah.
It's not like the first one has particularly aged badly, to be honest.
It hasn't aged great, but it hasn't aged horribly either.
Well, it's just that Nier Automata is such a better game, to be honest, like in all ways. But the story aspect of the original Nier is better.
Yeah.
Easier to get your head around. Probably because it doesn't have crazy alien starting a war with robots that lasts for 10,000 years into the future. I mean, that might just be the start of it. Yeah. I think the crazier thing to me is that even though Shadow of the Colossus and Drakengard and Nier are all really similar games, Shadow of the Colossus and Eco and all of these games have nothing to do with Nier, and like they don't have any of the same teams, do they?
No.
Like they're separate games.
Well,
have, like,
Shadow of the
similar art
Colossus,
styles.
Eco, and The Last Guardian were all made by Team Eco. But they don't have
Oh, yeah,
any relation
they're
to
all
like Nier Automata or
development team.
Nier or anything like that.
Yeah. Which
makes
is
me
weird because
sad,
if you slap Shadow of the Colossus and fucking Nier next to each other,
They're
you wouldn't be able
pretty-
to tell that they were made by different people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't
That
Nier
makes me
also a
sad,
PS3 game?
Yes. Like, I can't even remember. I think it is PS3.
So maybe they drew inspiration off of Shadow of the Colossus. A ruin hidden in the lake. We've gone through like what, 7 colossi now?
Let me look at the list again.
Yeah.
That was number 6.
6.
Next one, 7.
All right, so we're already a third of the way through the game, and we're only like an hour and a half into it. Oh no!
Now
Oh
we're just
no!
boss.
We might actually end up beating this game tonight if we keep going at this pace.
3 hour run. Isn't the speedrun for this shit like sub 40 minutes?
Yeah. Well, it's a very it's a meaty game, but it's a very short game. All things considered. Oh, and by the way, to pick up the what I was saying earlier, Dio, the original Colossi count for this game was supposed to be 32.
I was thinking it'd be somewhere around 30, but yeah.
Yeah, but the reason they didn't do it was because they didn't want to make this a multi-disc PS2 game. So they just scrapped it, or they just scrapped 16 Colossi and kept the 16 best. Which, in all honesty, I would think is for the better, because do you really want to fight 5 different horse colossi and like 3 different snakes?
Yeah, it's refining to some degree.
Yeah. But I mean, the world would have been so much bigger if they had done that, because like I was saying earlier, each area in this game is specifically designed for a specific colossus. So for them to have more colossi, they'd have to have like a world that's essentially twice as big as this place.
I do find it impressive that you haven't had to use your map once.
Well, I mean, there's not really much to know. Plus, it's like I said, I've played this game. Whenever I had it for the PS2, I played it on the PS2. I played the regular mode, I played easy mode, I played hard mode. I got the time attacks on all 3 of them afterwards as well. So I did 6 total playthroughs on the original. And then on the remastered mode, I did 3 different play modes. I did normal, I did hard, and then I did time attack. Hard. And so I know this game very, very well. But I do get kind of lost every now and again. I say as I'm not entirely... Nope, I'm not heading the right way. Am I? No, I'm not. But I've played this game pretty extensively back whenever I was a kid. So I know a good portion of it. I just sometimes it's harder than others to like keep track of exactly where I'm going. Okay. Where was I?
Oh, is that the midnight filter that was at the beginning? That midnight filter?
Midnight filter? I don't believe so. If I remember correctly, all the midnight thing did was just make it so that, like, it didn't make crashing sounds. And I think it also did something to the lighting effect so that the TV wouldn't, like, be blaringly bright.
Huh. Just call me is making it sound like it, is like a night mode.
Possibly. Let's see. Setting.
Oh, okay.
Display.
Never mind. I guess I just misinterpreted that.
Oh, well, that changed it.
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay, so then what is midnight mode? That's not right. Rigid, vibratable, faded, reminiscent, night, none. Oh, there's midnight mode. Alright, let's give it a shot. Playing this
Just
game in
make
the
it
dead of
nighttime.
night. Yep.
Huh.
That's really dark. That is really dark.
You know, that also reminds me of something that is talked about. I don't think it's actually talked about in this game, but it is in Nier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's brought up in Nier, but it's never brought up in this game, even though this game has the same thing. It's always day.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I
There's
like
no
to
day-night cycle.
what I like to imagine is that this kind of has like the world ends with you issue, where it's like once you complete the mission, you pass out for the day, and then you wake up the next day. Because we see ourselves pass out every night, or whenever we finish fighting Colossi every time. So it's very easy to presume that, like, Wander passes out for so many hours, for like 12 or 14 hours to recover, and then and then wakes up like the next day.
Yeah.
Sometime the next day.
Yeah. But I've always saw this as like a land removed from time. Like where it's literally like, I guess now that there's a night thing. it makes
Some
more
would even
sense.
say it's a land before time.
No.
Oh, come on, you love Littlefoot.
That was like Smallfoot or something.
It was Littlefoot.
Little
Fuck you. Fuck you. I know more about that. I've watched all, like, 25 movies.
Or more accurately, Little Grave.
Little Grave. Yeah. It's like Ice Age. It's like, why do you
that's
keep
like the
making more?
darkest joke I think I've told in a long time. For those of you who don't know, fortunately, the actor who played Littlefoot in The Land Before Time was like murdered by her father at like the age of 4.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why there's no more Land Before Time movies, by the way.
There actually have been, like, a shit ton of Land Before Time movies. I just don't think they've
there
had the
they,
same actors.
They made a whole bunch. They made a whole bunch, but then they stopped making them, I believe, like after that.
Possibly. I don't know, it's Disney. They're known to run things into the ground.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Star Wars was already ran into the ground after, like, Episode 3.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Episode 6 is the number for the original one?
The 6 is the third original.
I'm sorry, viewer, but can we actually change this back to like the original? Because now I can't see on my stream because I don't know if my computer is just too dark. But if I'm having the problem, then other people might. It's an interesting filter, but
I'm kind of liking the classical filter. This seems a little bit more
or
classical.
you could do cool. I think just night's a bit much on mine.
Yeah. A little bit too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we
That's
go.
that's the first thing I'm gonna do when I build my computer is like get a screen that's just like crazy vibrant.
Can display all 128 colors.
Shit's so much harder to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Display all the covers of the human spectrum and some not on the human spectrum.
You go off of the what is it? the clown shrimp spectrum, color spectrum, where it's like I think they can see in like 12 different colors instead of like the original 8. Which makes them, interestingly enough, makes them super good at solving Rubik's cubes.
Well, shut up. No, what is it? We have 3, like red, green,
Blue, yeah.
RGB, yeah.
red, green, blue. Well, blue's only for TVs. I think it's yellow in nature. Red, green, yellow.
I know at least in
No,
art, it's
because you
red,
can't see yellow.
Red, blue, and yellow.
No, because you can't see yellow on TV screens. Therefore, it can't exist in nature.
That's a lie, actually, because I think some of the newer TVs actually have yellow LEDs.
I just wanted to hear Crimson's silent anger.
Oh, deep.
Rolling in the deep. Actually, I think the more exciting or more fitting song would be what is it? The Jaws theme.
Jaws theme.
Da-da. So, how do you think we get to this one?
So here we are, guys, in our playthrough. Welcome to the Water Temple.
This is not the Water Temple. This one is nowhere near as difficult as the water, as the
this
actual
boss has
water
the exact same introduction as that boss.
Mm-hmm. I can't shoot arrows at him to get his attention. I literally just have to follow him.
Got dangle your tootsies.
Yep. Da-na. 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 Da-na.
I think the greatest thing about it is like this whole boss could just be completely ignored if it just didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. It could very easily just like
if it just swam,
mm-hmm.
it wouldn't even have to do anything.
I think it's very, very difficult to die to this boss. Unless you're just, like, supremely unlucky.
Skip forward 2 minutes where it's Jay's one and only death in the game.
I'm better than that. I'm better than that. I've had a couple of minor fuck-ups, but I'm better than that. Come on, you bitch. Surface. Ah! No! Son of a bitch. Ugh. He's making whale sounds. Up, he sees me. He would come up and bite me, but he has no mouth. Oh no. Oh no you don't. Oh no 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 no. Okay, so that's where it's gonna be.
It's just just remind
yeah! There we go.
Orcas or killer whales, whatever you want to call them, are
Now,
actually terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Now all he has to do to make sure that I don't kill him is just stay underwater and wait for me to drown.
Okay. Because orcas have been found to be severely intelligent, and the ones who killed that person at SeaWorld are known for killing for fun, essentially.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I? No! Don't let go! We're so close!
What's the name of that? What's the name of that film? Blackfish or some shit like that?
I don't even remember.
There we go.
Yeah. I just remember because our English teacher made us watch that. Of all subjects, is for fucking English.
How the fuck did your Don't they show the people being fucking murdered in that documentary?
Yeah, there was some pretty graphic scenes, but yeah. We had a coach for an English teacher, so
He didn't give a fuck.
Not giving a shit. Yeah.
I thought coaches only taught
I had coaches
health.
for teachers.
Ours was an English teacher.
dude.
Senior year. Yeah.
Our coach taught health back whenever I was younger.
For senior year, I had a coach for English and I forget what it is. exactly called, but basically criminology. The study of crimson.
Crimsonology.
No one's making any fucking like research advancements there. Not.
Just barely got that one before I went underwater. So in case you can't tell, this
Can't
guy's
stand underwater,
only...
can you?
Well, you can, but then he'll electrify me. Electrify the shit out of me. So...
Oh.
There we go. Alright.
I love his little whiskers.
Ooh, listen to how peaceful this music is while I'm underwater. Almost makes me forget I'm drowning. So,
While you're underwater, violently stabbing the shit out of this.
fuck you! God damn it! Everybody falls off
You
at
don't-
least once.
Well, yeah, but you got to the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took out the big or the difficult part of this boss. Now it's just getting back to him. Now, if he's smart, he'd stay under there. But
Yeah.
it's a little water snake.
We have things to do.
We're gonna
Keep
break
us
my
safe.
pace. Come on, you know you want to. Come on, big guy. There we go. Eyes are red. He's coming in. So I just
The
gotta
not
stand
speedrun killer.
The not speed run, but still kind of want to. I still kind of want to see if I could beat this game in 3 hours. Okay,
No
it's gonna
time
be
like
like
the present.
right here. Whoopah! And we're back under. I love how peaceful this boss is. Like, I know it's supposed to be, like, dangerous and shit, but... Like, whenever you're just holding on to him underwater, and how the way the music just, like, muffles out, is just great.
I do kind of wish they had this soundtrack on Spotify. I cannot find it for the life of me.
No. You can
You
find it
won't.
on YouTube.
Because it's no, you won't find it because it's on Spotify because it's Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Watch us get
Yeah.
copyright struck for this.
Oh no, you won't get copyright struck for this. It's just Sony does not stream like any of their music, for the most part. I think like Apple Music, iTunes, whatever it does, like pays a shit ton of money to Sony to like even do any of their shit. So you'll find more of their stuff on there. But yeah, like pretty much nothing is on Spotify.
Oh,
That's Japanese
can you
at all.
stop? Can you stop?
Whoop.
Boop, boop. Peekaboo!
God damn.
Fuck you! Ugh, I'm getting my chip in. I will chip away at your health! Whether you like it or not, you're fucking dying! Come on! There we go. Alright.
But yeah, I was really excited because I actually did put the whole Nier Automata soundtrack onto Spotify for like 3 fucking days. And then Sony hopped in and was like, no, we can't have this. Pull it all off.
Nah. Take that down.
Yeah. And there's actually a really good cover on Spotify of like a bunch of the Nier Automata songs, but they're all in Spanish.
Good lord.
Alright.
Which is like I think, well, it's one of the languages they didn't really do any songs for. Because if you don't know, Nier, all of their songs are like fantasy music. So like none of the languages, like the songs for the main themes aren't an actual language. But people, I think Nier had like English covers for them. And the song at the end has like multiple covers in multiple languages.
That's interesting.
So someone went and did them all in like Spanish, which doesn't bug me because the songs don't have an actual language. And it sounds really, really close to like the originals. Which isn't, it's not hard to do covers for Nier songs. Yeah, but there's a bunch of shit that should be on Spotify that isn't on Spotify, and it drives me nuts.
Well, that's like the whole reason I went with them, because I used to do Google Music, and then I saw them, and they're like, oh, they have like 10 times the library they do, so it's like, well.
I know, that's the thing. It's like Spotify is such a better service than Google or Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
But
it's
those
also
two
the
companies...
fact that, like, unlike like Spotify and Google Music, you can't really like make your own playlist like you can on Spotify.
Yeah. I mean, you can, but it's like they don't have as big of a user base, so it's like you don't have these millions of people making these playlists and putting them public.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we get to see one of my favorite ones.
But now there is this divide between like Spotify and these other ones when it comes to like JP music. Or you can't find any JP music on there, but you can find all of like the best Western music.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go on those, you can find like shit for Western music, but you can't find all the Japanese stuff, I believe. I don't use their services, but
Who
I
listens
believe,
to
at least with Apple.
Any viewers here a fan of J-pop? Or as I like to call it, Trapanese? All of those J-pop boy bands look like fucking girls, don't they? You cannot get me on that.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. It could be either way sometimes.
I disagree.
Like, some of them are masculine, don't get me wrong. So some of those
Some
you're
of
just
them
like, yeah,
are,
that's
but
totally
a
dude,
lot of
but-
them are very ambiguous at best.
Yeah.
I'm just like when J, well, I mean that's J Rock, I guess. But
J-Rock.
like the image that came straight to my head was fucking Setsubo Billy and what the fuck is that band's name? Nightmare.
Don't ask me. I don't listen to J-pop.
I think I'm getting like the opening songs for Death Note mixed up, but still. But they're just like a bunch of like fat Japanese guys that like sit there and sing rock music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe like they do not look feminine at least, according to at least my standards, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weirdo.
Maybe to Dio standards, but maybe not to yours.
Yes.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've seen your ex! I'm gonna keep joking about it every opportunity that I get. Because just the fact that a beanpole managed to somehow get together with Jabba the Hutt is amazing.
Oof.
It's not the first time he said that either.
It makes me seem like a horrible person, but she was such a bitch. But we're not going to go into that because we're on stream, and unlike the last like 50 streams, we've actually have viewers, so we're not going to get into Dio's personal life. Instead, let's talk about Crimson's. How's your boyfriend doing?
Yeah. Really
He's still breathing?
Really deal.
But nah. I don't know. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
I
So...
just had to compliment you on your directional ability.
Yeah, well, I mean, aggro, for the most part, I'm not holding down, like, any specific direction whenever I run, which is something that's new to this, because aggro will automatically go on to certain routes, but sometimes he finds it more difficult to get onto than others.
So kind of like the Horizon Zero Dawn thing, where the mounts just kind of lock the tracks to some degree.
Yeah. It's a very prevalent thing in a lot of in a lot of the newer games. I guess because constantly holding forward is a bit of a pain.
Yeah. I mean, it's a small thing, but it makes it that much nicer. That much more polished.
I think my favorite thing, other than games like having shitty auto runs, was like games that have auto runs, but they don't need them.
Yeah. Well, it's like in that instance right there. Aggro was on 2 tracks, and then he got kind of confused on which track he wanted to go to, so he just ran smack into the wall.
Yeah.
It's that kind
Like Final
of...
Fantasy, Final Fantasy 14 needs an auto run because that game is massive.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
all
any MMO
MMOs
needs
have an auto
auto
run.
run.
But like, what was it? Our old game, White Knight Chronicles, had an auto run, and like the areas are not big in that game at all. Not big enough to warrant really an auto run.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this landscape. Look at this beautiful ass landscape. No, I didn't.
We're coming up on Kuromori?
Kuromori?
With that? Caliente Umbra?
Yep. Was that Caliente Obra?
Periente.
Periente. Caliente Umbra.
Periente.
Yeah, that's a very hot lizard.
Something like that.
Caliente Hombre! It's a hot brother, man. Fucking incest animes be damned.
I can't remember what this one.
You'll remember it whenever you see it.
I was watching a show of a YouTube video of like the top 5 worst animes of the season. And he starts off by saying like this anime is another one of the emoto genre, and he's like, yes, there are enough animes now. You can say that that's a own genre. I was like, dear God. It's like, yes, there is. There actually is. There's like more than 10 now. But yeah, he was like shitting out about how it was like the bottom of the barrel. And like the animation was bad, like the plot was bad, like everything about the show was bad.
I'm not sure. I'm not the anime connoisseur that you are.
Nobody's the anime connoisseur like Crimson is. Because
Do you
nobody
even
has
know
that
what I'm
little
talking-
of a life.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying the emoto genre? Do you?
I've heard the name, but
Fuck your little sister, Dio.
It's basically the joke is, yes, the joke of the show or whatever is that little sister and the brother are or should be a couple is the joke.
okay.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
all know
that's
we
like
all
a
know the little sister was a much better companion for him than fucking Kuro Neko-sama. She didn't deserve to be his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But
I do like
still.
how we're getting a curated playlist from
But-
Tech Adventure.
But yes, that's how we're starting 2019. Is we can now say that that's a genre in anime.
Well, I mean, isekai is
It's
also a
some
genre
distinct
now too.
Isekai has been its own genre for like a while.
Not really. Because I mean, the greatest
But
anime
even-
to come out of the isekai genre ever since like Overlord was fucking Sword Art. Oh,
You bring this
Can't
up like
tell,
every
they're big
time,
sword
and
art.
at this point, it's not even funny.
it's
Like-
funny to me. It's still funny to me. And it will more
See,
likely
if
than
you
not
really
always be.
wanted, if you really wanted to make a meta joke about that, right? You would be like, how many shitty Sword Art series is it going to take until we actually get to Excel World? Because, like, have you watched Excel World, Jake?
No. I've been more
It is a
into
much-
reading Shield Knight.
It is a much, much, much better anime than Sword Art is. But the whole crux of the show is that Kirito is the one who designs the Excel World technology.
That might kill me.
And it's like not even a hidden fact. It's something that like everyone knows. But Excel World is much better.
Mm-hmm.
And so they keep releasing Sword Art after Sword Art after Sword Art, and everyone's just like, please, fucking just get to Excel World.
No. Then where's the fun?
It's not fun. Sword Art sucks. and it doesn't get any better. And they have a much better version of the same concepts
Well, yeah, you're right.
made by the
Sword Art
same
isn't that great.
people.
Sword Art isn't that great. It's all about Alfheim Online.
Yeah, much better than fucking Log Horizon. Just how hard can we trigger Crimson?
Sigh. Yeah.
Boy, you were
The
gonna
unfortunate,
crawl
the
up this
unfortunate
wall.
thing
I
is
will
I know
make
that there's liable to be someone in here that's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, Sword Art!" Like, there's gonna be one of those viewers. And I'm already pissing them off, but yes, there's going to be one that's gonna be, dude, I agree with Jay completely. And he's taking you like 100% seriously.
There's always one that listens to me.
There's always one.
There's only one.
Well, I mean, there's always one then, isn't there?
There are legitimately people that like Sword Art.
Hell, I was one of those for a while there. Like, it's decent in my opinion, but it's not like, you know, I'm not gonna give it an award or anything, you know.
I will say that it's gotten better, but when you say that, like, it's not like it's really raising the bar much any.
Yeah. It's good time killing. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
Alright. No, you stay down. You stay down and let me kill you! I want to make this a 2-cycle. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah! That's probably the fastest I've killed that one. Scalar of the Colosseum. Alright, I can escape this time. I know I can. I know I can. I know. Oh, fuck.
Escape what?
That! Do you not see that? It's happened literally every time.
Oh, man. Well, I didn't know you could escape it. I thought it was like a mandatory cutscene or whatever.
You can't. You can't escape it.
Oh. Oh, okay.
You can try, but you will fail. Oh, we got a cutscene. Cutscene 2 of 5.
Now that we're 8 bosses in?
I think that was number 8, yeah? I don't know, what was it saying?
Yep, that was number 8.
That was number 8. Halfway through the game and we're only 2 hours in. Holy shit. We might actually beat this tonight. Ah, look at how good he looks. It's so much better than the PS2. I'm gonna keep bagging on that. Or I'm gonna keep talking about that every single time. Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of purists will say that the PS2 version is probably going to be the better version, but no. I mean, this is a much, much better version than the PS2 version.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Dio, that was my coworker buddy.
Was he saying you wanted to...
He can't. Well, we were gonna go out for like drinks and shit later, but he can't go today, so he's gonna go tomorrow.
You do know Dio is underage, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I was gonna go to like a bar and girl and have like a beer or whatever. But since he can't go today, I don't have to worry about going to a bar. So like, I still need to pick up food. I'm like,
Oh, trust me, so do
we
I.
could just pick
I
up
mean,
food.
over-
We can just pick up food after stream instead.
Aw, you guys are just going to go do stuff without me, huh? See how it is.
Well,
Leave me in the
like
fucking
we
dust.
were
the
the
asshole
assumption that
moved
you were
to
just gonna
a whole
hop.
other state.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna bag on him like that because he kind of has to.
Well, yeah, you have
I
great
still
justification
planned
for it,
on
but-
staying up like a couple of hours after I got off. And I know Crimson's been harping me to play Divinity.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really a rush, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we're both night owls, so.
Well, now
we're all
there's
night
now
owls
there's definitely not a rush because I don't have shit to do tomorrow other than school at like 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
And like no one's expecting me to, do anything today. So.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, and I like slept all day, so I'm not sleeping tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted to go tomorrow too, you could. But
See how things go out.
yeah.
Okay, what's the name of this one, Dio?
This one is. Let me bring it back up.
But yeah,
Awesome.
my big issue as of late, Jay, is that my only days off seem to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you like do your stream and pass the fuck out. So
Well, I mean, to be fair, last week was also like my recovery from the like working 2 days and then being off 5 and then working 3 days and being off 7 and that kind of bullshit. So I was super jet lagged, but I can probably stay up for a couple until like midnight tonight if you guys want.
yeah, I played a Vinny.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna say this much: we're halfway through the game and we're only 2 hours in, so I'm probably just gonna end up beating this game tonight.
Yeah. I do like this guy's Latin name, Nimbus Recanto.
Nimbus Recanto. What's his real name?
Bossaron? Bassaran?
Bassaran. Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Boss.
Bossaran. Oh, Aggro, you all right there? oh God, I'm just gonna leave you there.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wait, look at him and call him. That's
Come
funny.
on.
That's great.
Welcome to Brokeback Aggro.
There's actually when I was watching the two best friends play through, like
Boy,
it happened right away.
through the ground. He glitches through the
Well,
ground.
no, he like instant transmissions like to the left off screen, but you just see like a flash of horse.
Oh man.
It's like in their like first video of that playthrough.
Oh, where is it? Yo, where is it? Where is it? I guess this wasn't
What?
one of the shrines. If you pray at some of the shrines, sometimes a blue-tailed lizard will just walk up to you and let you kill it. Okay, Aggro, we're not playing this game. I'm going the fast way, whether you like it or not. I'm not in any danger of dying.
Also, it should be noted that Wander has never skipped leg day.
Yep. He's got those awesome walking skills, and those awesome jumping skills. Link be damned.
He's doing a superhero landing every jump.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like his little get up.
Oh yeah, his poncho.
Yeah. I don't have the hair for like the headband or anything, but you know.
He's somewhere in here. I know that for a fact. If this is definitely the one I'm thinking of. Oh, finally decided to join us, huh, Aggro?
Whoa.
I think it's here. Yeah, it should be here. Yeah, this is the bridge. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to be changing the display a little bit because that's getting a little bit too dark for me.
Well, and also, I don't know if you even want to try any of this, but apparently there's some bosses that aggro can actually help you with.
Oh yeah, we're going to come up to them here in a little bit. Just not right now.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the few. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you can actually use him with.
I don't really... If I can get this boss started out right, then I don't really need him.
Alright.
Under pressure. What?
Maybe
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong boss.
Nah, yeah, you're thinking of the wrong boss. Because that is the best name, or the best song for this one. Alright, so he's gotta be, like, right here. There he is.
Welcome to Yellowstone.
Yep. Yellowstone National Park, home of Old Faithful. Is that where... I could have... That is where Old Faithful is, right? Or am I thinking of the wrong spot?
Yes, it is.
Yes. No, you're right.
Okay. So now...
Old Faithful and Mount Fuji. The two biggest common landmarks.
Old Faithful and what?
Mount Fuji.
Fuji.
Or Pikes Peak. Is that better?
No,
Something I
Aggro!
know at least.
Don't kill my horse! I need him! Don't
Your
you
horse
dare,
can't be killed.
Crimson. Don't you dare.
What?
I know what you're thinking. Come on, just a little bit closer.
Something about the horse?
Whoa, did you see him glitch out there? I need you to come out! Just a little bit farther. Literally just a little bit farther.
How come it's Meryl?
Ah, fuck me. There we go. No, no, now stay there. Now stay there.
Oh, right. I forgot this one actually existed.
No, he's too far over
Like, this
now.
one was literally wiped from all of my memory.
Yeah.
I remember him mostly because it's just a pain getting him to where he needs to be.
Yeah. He's even more forgettable than ZZ Top.
Yep. Okay, that should... No, I need him to turn over more. Bam.
Every time I think of skyboxes, I think of Anarchy, because there was one time where Smite glitched, and like that's all he could see was the skybox, and we were trying to explain that to him, and he's like, "That's not a thing." It's like, yes, this is a game dev thing.
A skybox?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't know what a skybox was?
No,
Apparently
he didn't.
not,
He,
'cause
he
we're-
doesn't pay much attention to game design and development and shit like that. He's not a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, you had to... Motherfucker, I swear to Christ. There we go. Wow, that's some bad texture.
He finally shits on the game for once. We're seeing the real Jay come
Well,
back.
it was... No, it was just like that specific rib cage at that close of an angle didn't really look
Yeah.
as good as the rest have. Okay, so now... nope!
Well, I mean, to be clear, I don't think that I shit on the game as much as I could shit on the game. I just
Yeah.
think that I spent so much time being like, oh my god, this game is amazing, that I actually had to tone it down some.
Can't go full fangirl.
Oh, I will go full
Well, no,
fangirl
because,
on this
like,
game. Yeah, this is like one of my top
I
5
honestly-
favorite games.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't until the remasters that I looked at it again and was like, maybe Shadow wasn't that great of a game. Maybe Shadow had really, like, weird jank jump monsters that just, like, shook around and caused your character and the horse to glitch out like crazy.
And break their backs.
You tried to get on their head, yeah.
There actually is a way to glitch aggro onto a or onto one of the colossi. I'm not gonna show
I know
it
which
off,
class I
but...
talking to. Ooh, shit.
What?
Glass comes out Friday. Like the movie.
The fuck is Glass?
That's what I was wondering.
Have you seen Unbreakable, Jay? I don't know, you probably have.
No. I don't
Oh,
watch
M.
movies.
Night-
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Where they did Unbreakable and then they did Split, and like, basically they're making a sequel to a movie that's like 20 years old. And it's set
Well,
up to
it's
be
not that
pretty
old, though, is
goddamn epic. Huh?
Split's not that old though, is it?
No, Split isn't, but Unbreakable is. Unbreakable
Yeah.
like from 2000 exact.
Yeah.
And people have been wanting a fucking sequel to Unbreakable for like the longest time because it's always hinted that there was going to be a sequel, and then no one ever did anything with it.
It's one of the many movies I only know because of CinemaSins. Like I say, that's my spark notes for knowing movies.
Careful with that, 'cause CinemaSins is kind of bad on a lot of aspects
Yeah.
of movies.
Yeah, this is true.
Like, I think they missed the entire point of Get Out.
Oh yeah.
I
they
think
totally
that's
did.
kind of the point of CinemaSins, in all honesty, is just to, like, take the piss out of the movie for no real reason. It's kind of like how I was constantly making fun of, what is it, Life is Strange,
Life is
throughout the
Strange?
entirety of our
Yeah.
playthrough.
Well, CinemaSins is this weird mix between making jokes about movies and, like,
Being serious.
throwing
Actually being
criticism.
critical. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, you watch it and you laugh at it, but you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of hungry. You know what? I'll take me one of those frosted sugar cookies.
And people really get pissed. Like there's a bunch of like YouTubers who do movie commentary and like criticism and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they get really mad that people like CinemaSins because CinemaSins is not professional at all. And like even as satire goes, they're like way too critical to actually be satire too. So
Mm-hmm. I can totally see that with channels like Cinema Wins and everything being out there. It's like,
yeah, Cinema Wins is
Not
a
the big
direct like critique on CinemaSins where they do it better, quote unquote. But still, like, CinemaSins makes me laugh. That's why I watch CinemaSins. And that's the only
same here.
reason I watch CinemaSins.
It's like spark notes for movies that I would know I would never watch, and then on top of that, it is humor. So,
But don't use them as spark notes because they're pretty bad as spark notes.
all right.
Well, hey, it seems
Because
like
I
we've
went
gotten just a little bit
and watched Get Out because everyone was talking up Get Out so much, and I got the point of Get Out, and then I watched CinemaSins, and CinemaSins missed it completely. Even though they had some funny jokes, they like completely like missed like blatant things in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just view them as like the Game Grumps of cinema funny thingies.
They're the fast food of movie jokes.
Pretty much.
Like, you eat it and you feel really great when you eat it, but then you kind of feel terrible afterwards after you learn things about it.
Did you know CinemaSins is in collaboration with PETA?
PETA. I don't think
Let's
anyone's in
let's-
collaboration with PETA.
Let's just start like, making like
About that.
wild fucking what is it? Wild
Accusations.
accusations against huge channels and just see who copy strikes us first.
We could just make really broad, funny claims about CinemaSins that doesn't really have anything to do with what they've done, and just like take clips from some of their shit and like splice it in to make it seem like that's what's going on, and then we would effectively become CinemaSins.
Too true, too true. Oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
be like the Did You Know CinemaSins?
The yeah, there is one thing like I caught, and I saw like another movie critique channel, whatever, like talk about it too. But when they did the CinemaSins for Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part where they shit on how uncrazily, like, unbelievable and stupid it is that they put a heart on the fucking planet Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Except that that's not even, like, CGI or anything. Like, there's literally a heart on Mars.
There is?
That's just formed. Yes. And the funny thing is that CinemaSins joked about how stupid and unrealistic it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the director was like, I'm so worried that someone's going to believe that this is all fiction and, like, miss the point of the scene. Because that's an actual thing. Yeah.
Do you, like, know any of the terminology behind it? Because I'm, like, looking at my map right here, and I somehow totally missed that.
Just look at, like, Heart of Mars or something like that.
Yeah, Heart, Crater Mars.
Yeah, that may be better than doing it the analog way and actually staring at this map.
We're gonna find Ares'
Yeah.
heart somewhere. Well, actually,
Maradoni Planum?
maybe that's why they called it Mars, because Ares and Aphrodite were like lovers. And like Mars has heart on it.
I don't feel like
and
they could.
Aphrodite
I don't feel like
is
they
like
could see that.
maybe.
Okay, but do they have that same relationship in Roman mythology? Because I know they have the same people, but I know some
Roman
things
mythology.
happen differently.
Basically, all Roman mythology did was they took the gods and just they said, "Hey, Greece, can we copy your homework? Sure, just change it up a bit so that the teacher doesn't know." That's literally all they did with their gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like they changed up the gods somewhat, but the mythos is still pretty much the same.
It's so you have an actual map of Mars like in your room. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's Archeron Katana. One of the mini fissures on it looks like a heart, and it's about 2.3 kilometers across.
Yeah, you underestimate my love of maps. Oh, there it is. Oh,
So it must be
That's
pissing
actually
you
pretty
off to
cool.
all hell over the fact that I haven't used my map like once.
Once in the game.
well, I mean, to each their own. I'm not critiquing your way of
But,
playing this game because I have no idea. But
So what's the name of this one?
get back to my PC real quick.
Water version of the same thing we thought earlier.
Sand
Or sand
version.
This one's actually
That's some dry ass water.
Not water.
Dirge.
Dirge of Cerberus.
Yep.
Dirt.
I gotta play that
Arena-
game sometime for the channel. Alright, where is he? There he is.
So it's Harina Tigris.
Run. Bye.
Yup. Da, 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 da. It's keeping
You
pretty
know, I'm
active.
starting to get a feeling that this might just be a bot that makes playlists for YouTube or for Twitch channels.
Well, I mean, this is.
But I
he's
kind
been
of
doing
hope it
pretty.
isn't.
He's been doing pretty appropriate songs.
Yeah, but I really hope it isn't a bot. I don't know. I've seen some crazy bots on Twitch, but I've also seen some crazy people on Twitch that just go into streams and do things. It's like 50.
Where the fuck is he? There he is. I want you close by for whenever he gets back up. Come on. Come on. Whoppa!
What the fuck?
What?
Is this happening on your stream too, dude, or just mine? Oh no, it's just me.
Whoa.
Never mind.
Okay, I was about to say, what are you even talking about?
I had like a massive screen tear,
Mhm.
but it was just like another application on my computer loading, and it was holding frames.
It's
That's
like,
really-
I can't maintain this any longer.
Yeah.
Alright, where is he? There he is.
Are you even running Windows 10 or are you running Windows 7 still?
I'm on 10.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering since you just, every time you talk about your laptop, you just talk about it's like a shit laptop, so.
I don't think it's shit. I think it's just hitting the point where stuff's needing to be replaced. RAM, processors, whatever, because it's
Yeah.
kind of old. It's not
Not
like a
bad,
shit
yeah.
computer. It's actually a really nice computer. It's just getting really like slow and starting to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, understand that.
And it's at the point where I could take it to a computer shop, or I could just get a desktop.
Mhm.
And I kind of just want a desktop. I want
Yeah.
my fucking. I want to finish my gaming computer.
You do have like a very nice case. I will give you that. That little cube.
Which I'm going to finish my gaming computer pretty soon. Like I'm getting taxes, I'm getting school money soon.
How you doing, big guy?
I'm making pretty decent money at work, so I'll have money flow coming in pretty soon, like pretty well. Which, that being said, like I'm paying rent, I'm paying bills, I'm paying off debts, I'm getting this computer, and I'm putting a shit ton of it back just for when shit goes bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually been kind of getting back into the stock market and everything. I know it's like a high risk area, but you can ask Jay. I was talking his ear off about it the other day. So.
Do you have fucking money for stock? What?
I mean, like, you know, if you invest in portfolios, it's not like.
Okay,
you know,
dude, I asked you the other day if you had like
$200.
$6 for killing floor, and you were like, I need to go give my bank. Because you were like overdrafting. And now you're talking like I'm going to throw money in the stock market. Like, put a few grand in a savings account first, dude. Like, please.
That's probably the smartest idea, but.
3 to 6 months of saving, like 3 to 6 months of bills and everything in savings before you even think about anything like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the way I see it, like, there's potential growth within a market. Like, you know, you're only getting 1% off of the savings account per year, so.
Yes, but it's not about the savings account. It's about having financial stability to not be broke.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, literally having, like, financial security for months ahead, so that way you don't have to worry if your stock market ever goes bad.
Yeah, this is true. That's like, if I were to have a resolution, it would be like working on my financial senses because I have next to no responsibility whenever it comes to that.
That's just the thing. It's like, I have good financial sense. It's just, like, I have a hard time making good amounts of money, given that I don't do, like, shit like Jay does, where it's, like, crazy 60-hour work weeks where you can lose an arm. Or,
Bad metal.
you know, it's like I spent a bunch of money on my education, which I'm going to have to pay back.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Son of a... I swear to Christ if you get back up.
But it's like, I could be so much worse with my finances. And, like, I don't know. Still seems like I never have any money just because of stuff happens.
Shit happens to all of us.
Yes. But, that being said, I've dug my way out of more debt than I would like to even talk about. Get rock blocked.
There we
Build
go.
the punch the sword and just a random wall.
Shoot her! Yeah,
Break you off.
it was mostly just like finding the right... Because he won't come out of the ground unless you're like a certain distance away from the wall. And I couldn't hit his eye to save my life because I couldn't see my fucking reticle. Because it blends in with the goddamn sand here.
Are you colorblind?
No?
No.
I just, like, there's so many things that, like, you know, are kind of obvious to me, but you just don't, like, I don't know, things blend in easily for you, I feel like.
I have bleeding eyes.
Maybe you're
what can I say?
colorblind. Maybe you're colorblind,
Maybe.
and you
Maybe
just
that's
don't
my
see the shit that blends in.
So I wanted to say that's like number 11 now, isn't it?
That is 10.
10. All right, 6 more to go.
10 out of 16. Yep. Next one's Celosia.
I know this one.
Ignis Executor? We'll roll with that.
Excalibur? Does she know Arthur?
Excalibur.
Excalibur. A guardian set loose to keep the flames alive. Is that all you're going to tell me about it? This is also one of my bigger favorites.
I actually know exactly which one we're doing next. I think it's the dumbest one out of all of them, to be honest.
So it's a Firekeeper.
No, because a Firekeeper actually likes fire.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Do they?
Yeah, they have to. Because that's kind of like what their entire religion is based off of.
I mean, okay, Firekeepers in the Dark Souls like lore, right? They have a tie to that bonfire or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, does that necessarily mean that they enjoy fire? Like, do they enjoy being burned?
Well, they choose to become Firekeepers, so...
I thought that was an involuntary thing.
Do they choose? Like,
yeah, they do.
I thought it was like a
because-
lineage thing.
Because Arena
Yeah.
of Karim came to become a Firekeeper, and she failed at it. So there are people who come in to become Firekeepers. They choose to become Firekeepers. But it's just some are more cut out for the job than others.
Are there no cutscenes for this?
Nope. We passed 2 out of 5 already. Actually, no, we passed 2 out of 4.
cutscenes?
2 out of 4 cutscenes.
Yeah. That was his main thing, was since we played Life is Strange, which is basically one big cutscene, to be argued, he was like, let's just do something that's all mechanics.
A game that's literally nothing but no cutscenes.
Yeah.
I thought this one did have cutscenes, though.
It has very limited amount. I counted them, and it's 4. We already saw the opening one, then we saw the one whenever we get halfway through, and then we've got one more coming up, and then we've got the final cutscene.
Oh. I guess I just missed the one.
Yeah.
Well, the one was whenever you went to talk with your friend, because we were in, we just hit 8 at that point.
I'm gonna grab me some chocolate real quick because my vision's blurring, and that usually means my blood sugar's low. So.
Coward.
Like I said, are you sure you're not colorblind?
Yeah.
I have a color bleeding issue, he just has a blurring issue.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my chocolate? I have chocolate around here. I know that.
Did you check the fridge?
By the way, is Dio diabetic? Because I didn't actually know that.
No, he's just extremely skinny and anemic.
Like I said, I've eaten about 500 calories today, so I just forget to eat. I'm a dumbass.
I was gonna be like, oh, I haven't eaten anything all day, but like I did actually have some way earlier. Way earlier.
There we go. Speed strats. Oh.
Goddamn.
It looks goofy, but by God, it works.
I've broken 82 bones, but
There's only 76 bones in the human body. Or is it 75?
What?
I thought it was like close to 200.
No, that's whenever you're first born, and then a lot of them meld together.
Yeah, I thought it was like 320 wherever you're born, and then it goes down to like 270 or something like that.
You have the internet, you look it up.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure. I think actually both of you might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's more towards the 200 than the 76.
Where it's like
Yeah.
it's like
76.
something 70 something.
Let's count.
206.
206.
I'm wrong.
270 at birth.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking, 270. Because I remember there being a 70 there somewhere. It's been a while since
So
I've been to
that
biology.
That instead of having one skeleton inside your body, you have 206 mini skeletons.
Nope, because a skeleton is a conglomeration of multiple different bones.
So another bowl, eh?
Yep, this one's a tiny bowl. Alright, now. Come on, pick it up. Thank you. Fine! And it went out. Come on, Wander. Up! Get up!
Get wrecked.
I just needed to get it. There we go. Fire! Where the fuck am I? There we are.
Rip all of us with headphones.
Fire! Ow! Fear me, mortal! I am your god! Oh, actually, could you go this way a little bit? Fuck you! I love that little bop he does. Ow. I don't know why I enjoy that so much.
Oh man.
I'm coming too! Damn it!
Rip.
No. There we go. Alright, come on, sword. Come on, sword. Come on, sword. There we are.
Get it up.
I also actually feel like Smokey and the Bandit song that should be playing with this. I don't know which more.
Okay, Gabe. Motherfucker, would you just calm the fuck down?
I'm only gonna murder you.
Thank you. Alright, you want to do this the slow way? We'll do this the slow way.
No speed run for you, my friend.
Yeah. Ugh. Why? What the fuck? I was still holding on there.
Game says no.
Yep. The game says literal no. Come on, get up! Sack of shit. Ugh. Alright. Back we go. Habuski! There we go.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, bullshit! Get up, kid! What the hell are you even listening to?
Westbound Down, which is the theme song of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
I never watched that, so...
I don't expect you
Yeah. Love it.
swear to Christ. Stop moving! Come on! Okay, this is actually getting annoying now.
Can't you do like a short stab?
I can, but it doesn't do any damage, and he's not giving me. He's giving me literally no time to do it.
Okay.
I don't remember this being this difficult. There's something I'm missing. I know there's something I'm
You have to
missing.
you have to knock it down again. Like you have to pick up the torch.
Well, the torch isn't dropping again. That's the thing.
You have to go on different pedestals?
I doubt it. Hello, Bloodspurt.
You can't fall down there.
Come on. Why am I just tumbling? Stop it. Ugh. I don't remember this guy being this stupid. Ugh. Alright, well, that one was a bust.
Can't you get him to knock into the pillars?
I'm getting him to knock into the pillars and then trying to get the backstab as he hits it. Because that literally gives me the most time.
No, I'm saying like the ones near the opening.
I mean, yeah, but it's not going to do any good. Because I can't get onto... I still have to get onto his back. Get up! Alright, come on. Ugh.
Well,
Come on.
Failus.
And I fucked that one up entirely. Ugh.
what's this one's name, do you?
There's Celosia?
How do you spell it?
Celosia. Oh man, that would have been cool.
There we
Whenever you
go.
knock 'em off the roof, you can do a stab attack.
Yep, that's what I was trying to go for. God, that was fucking annoying. uh... Talk about a pain in the dick. Alright. That was number 11?
Yep, on to number
Yes.
12, Pelagia.
Pelagio.
Per Magnus Pistrix. Yeah. I don't want to look at the images of these ones. I want to keep them a surprise since I've never seen these.
Good man. Good man.
You trained me well.
Of course. My young apprentice. For anyone curious, Dio's 16.
It feels like it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take you anywhere fun.
That's what I mean.
I mean, it's like, congratulations, you are officially like the only one of my friends who still can't drink.
Oh.
This is the pain. This is the fucking water temple.
As of the
remember
other
this
day
one.
where my friend Abby finally turned 21. You still can't drink.
Well, she was drinking long before she
I know
turned
that,
21
but still,
anyways, so.
she wasn't able to. That's why it was so funny that one day when we went to 7,
And they didn't card her? Yeah.
everyone else could drink except the hardest drinker at the table.
Well, if I remember correctly, they also didn't card her, did they?
Hmm?
Did they card her, or didn't they?
Yeah, they carded all of us, or well, most of us.
So yeah, this one is the fucking water temple of this game. This one took me so fucking long to figure out how to kill. I think this is the only one that actually made me look up a wiki for it whenever I first played this game. And he is such a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, hey Dio, look down in the bottom area over there. Tell me what you see.
Catch up here. I mean, little puddle of rocks.
Yep, I'm trying to get a better view of it as I go up. But
I'm assuming that's the next one, maybe?
nope,
No, you said water temple.
that was the second Colossus.
Oh,
Yeah, that giant
that's kind of a nice little tidbit.
They turn back to stone after you kill them. Come on, aggro. Will you stop being such a fucking pain? Ugh.
Yeah, I just love the AI of this horse. Best AI ever.
No, what I'm saying is that this in the PS2, it was what he was the original horse AI that a lot of other other game devs based it off of afterwards.
I know, but you gave him props, and now you're yelling at the horse. So it's like,
Well, not everything's perfect, mate. What do you expect?
no, everything has to be 100% perfect. There should be no glitches in the game. Should be
I
as
saw
perfect
your
as
I
70%.
saw you run through a fucking hat in time. Don't you give me that shit.
Oh no, I think we broke Observer more.
Did we break it? I don't remember us breaking Observer. Oh yeah, we actually did get it to soft lock.
When you got the
we
TV
completely
stuck in the
soft
door.
locked that
Yo.
game. Yeah, that too. Going in places we're not supposed to be.
God, I love the scenery in this game. Like a lot of people got super pissed off at this game whenever it first came out because it's literally just a series of 16 different boss fights that you're doing. There's nothing else. But I mean, I will say
Actually,
that now that the graphics look so much better than they did in the beginning, this game is actually a real big treat to actually run through and like act and go through. Like it's an adventure just to get to the Colossi, yes, but it's also a lot of fun to like get there and like see the scenery and how it changes.
Come to think of it, you know what game actually had really good AI for this era that a lot of people really like lost their
Art?
shit over? No. What? No.
What does that even mean?
That joke just fell. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, you overuse this joke.
Of course.
That one didn't even make sense.
Well, didn't sort of.
But
No. I'm thinking of another game trope.
I am talking about Resident Evil 4, which had crazy enemy AI, but was also a big escort mission that people really didn't care about because, like, the AI was decent enough to follow you and not be a hindrance. Even though that AI can get killed in that game.
Mm-hmm.
What, the president's daughter or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
She stayed where you told her to. If she was, like, with you, she would walk around enemies and, like, actually avoid them without being, like, too cumbersome. Like, it wasn't terrible. And on top of that, the enemies weren't completely stupid. Like, they would block their face if you were using a shotgun. They would, like, tear down doors in, like, fast ways. They still did some stupid things, but, like, they were actually, like, kind of scary enemies for that era.
That's
And
one thing I'm so impressed about that is just the fact that people still like go back and play it, and
oh yeah, because it's still hella fun. But also, like, if the game was too hard for you, they didn't even have like a difficulty setting for the most part, like other than like damage taken. But if you got to a part that you couldn't get past, like enemies would slowly fade out or have like less like stuff on them, and it's really hard to notice that the game's actually getting easier on a part you're stuck at.
Easy mode engaged.
Pretty much.
But yeah.
There's like one area where it's really noticeable, and it's like one of the hardest areas in the game. Because there's like a bunch of shield dudes and a bunch of crossbow guys. And just like 3 or 4 like regular enemies that like all rush you at once as soon as you enter this room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like really hard not to fucking die and not to have your companion die in that section. And if it gets too hard, like the guys lose their shields. Like 2 of the guys lose their shields. And if it gets even harder than that, like you still can't do it, then like 2 of those guys just disappear.
They just fade out of existence.
Yeah, like the next time you do that, like the area over, they're just not there.
God, can you imagine
It's really
if Dark
hard to
Souls did
catch.
that?
Like have like an enemy scaling thing
Yeah.
where like the enemies get easier or more dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised at all to know like that a system like that exists in Dark Souls, and everyone just missed it because the game's just fucking hard.
They take off like 1 HP max HP of all of the basic enemies in the game, depending on how often you die to that specific enemy.
Or like, yeah, I don't know. Well, if there was a thing like that, people would just split shit out of it anyway. So, I'm like 1 HP, it was no big deal. But I'm saying like, where the enemies got easier.
Mm-hmm. Everybody would know it, but
And also in Dark Souls fashion, they would probably have it be like harder.
Mhm.
Like, you know, instead of that boss using this move less, he would use it more, just because you get hit by it more often.
just because you die to it more often than not, yeah. No, actually, I go up here.
Which would explain why the dancer grabs Jay so much.
Hey, I don't get hit by that grab anymore. I mean,
I know.
you've seen me low level that bitch. I mean, I still die to her, but I do a lot of. I still get her down to like half and quarter health sometimes.
I'll be back.
No,
That boss still pisses me off because, whenever we were doing my Pyromancer build, that was like the one boss I almost took by myself, but she was like at 10 health.
yep. Oh, she's one of the harder bosses. Like her, Nameless King, and probably Pontiff Sullivan, for different reasons, are like the three harder of the bosses for nuke players.
Yeah, I can totally see Sullivan, but
You know what this reminds me of?
Hmm.
I actually had an idea for a game that I wanted to make whenever I was younger. I used to think about like game design and shit like that a lot whenever I was a kid, because I used to do nothing but play video games because I didn't have any friends. Um, and I actually had a what I still think is a really interesting idea for a game. Um, it kind of had like the near thing going on where you had to take like multiple playthroughs just to be able to like get the full story and beat it and like completely beat it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was based kind of like it was an action RPG, kind of like Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll talk more about it later on the next trip to the next boss. But just be sure to remind me. What was the name of this guy?
Let's see. Is this Pelagia? Yeah, I think it's Pelagia. Let me open up that link, make sure it's the right one. I haven't lost count.
Pelagia.
Yeah, Pelagia.
Fucking bitch of a boss. I hate this one so much.
Since we're going into like crazy mechanics and shit that this game does, and, like while it's on my mind, I found out the other day, thanks to FactFiend, that there is a crazy mechanic in The Last of Us that I'd never known about before, but makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you go to do an execute in that game, apparently it takes like a bunch of like programming and like scans the room from when you start the execution to find the most brutal way to execute a person in that game.
So just like auto.
So it auto scans
chooses
the room
what's
to find like the perfect surface to smash someone's face in.
It's beautiful.
That's why like when people play that game, it looks like all the executions are just like crazy, like strong,
Over
Crazy
the top.
awesome.
like over the top.
By the way, I'll apologize in advance if y'all hear any cat purring.
Oh, is Casper
Casper
out?
decided to join me.
Yeah. Why would you apologize for that?
Well, just so it doesn't sound like I'm purring or something.
Again.
I actually, you know what? I'm gonna drop that.
Just intentionally cat purring live on stream. Oh gosh, I must have hit my chair. Shit again.
Alright, come on, you big bitch. I can't remember, do I... Oh god.
Did you already have him break the
Nope,
thing?
that wasn't the right one. I need to get him to jump on, and then I need to get on his back.
No, you gotta get on his faceplate thing, I think. Like you get on that little platform and jump onto the faceplate.
Fuck you. Eh.
You.
Good lord.
Come on. Come on. You sack of shit. There we go. Fuck you! Ugh. Ugh. Yes, I know, Dorman. I know. Come on!
You're like a foot away.
I know, right?
Lord, get wrecked, son.
Ugh. Swear to fucking Christ. There we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now I've just got to figure out where to go. This way. Now this way a bit. Now forward. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right on the money. This way. Come on. All right. There we go. All right, we're in business.
Okay.
All right. All right. Back to round, or on to round 2. All right. So that's the trick. I gotta hit him in the horns to get him to actually get up onto the thing. I'm just gonna stay down here for a second. Thank you. Come here.
Alright.
What's up?
Nothing, I've just got it. I can just put these. Watch 2 streams at the same time.
Come on.
What is Blaze going on or something?
Yes.
Called it.
There we go. All right, we're in business. That was much smoother than last time. Okay. No, stop shaking. This way. Forward. No! Okay.
The one thing I hate about my mic right now is like my headphones. I can't mute them.
So keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. Over this way a little bit. Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. Alright, up we go. I'm not going to have as good of a jumping spot, but I think I should be able to make this work.
Cross your fingers.
Alright, come on. Come on, one more. One more! There we go. That was number, what, 13?
I think you're
Yes.
still overestimating a little bit.
No, actually,
12.
I think that was
12.
that was at 12.
We've got
Yeah.
4 more. Do we want to do this? Or do we want to save that for tomorrow? Because it's literally only going to be 4 more. That's going to take like an hour maximum.
Yeah.
You have Eco too, don't you?
No.
Oh.
Eco's not for the PS4.
What, didn't they release them both together?
That's on PS3, brother.
Oh.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, we can call it for today.
All right.
Finish up tomorrow.
Yeah. Finish up the last 4 bosses.
So what do you think so far, Trim? Or Dio?
uh,
Oh, we actually finished
I
on
don't
a
know.
good spot, too.
Yeah, 3 hours perfectly. But I don't know. I do like how graphic intensive it is now. Like if I would have started out with the PS2 version like y'all, I probably wouldn't, have cared for that or say gone back to it. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
good cutscene too.
See, it's a highly like nostalgic technical game from the PS2 era.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Where like it's kind of just different from a lot of the games that I've played that I remember like really heavily in the PS2 area because those were all story games.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And also most of them were on the GameCube because I was a GameCube person. But still, like this generation of gaming, like for me, was more heavily story influenced than like crazy technical marvels,
Mhm.
which is all Shadow Colossus is. To me, it's like a big like showcase game.
Yeah.
Well, and like, let me put it this way: I would totally buy this game, but not for full market.
Oh, it's
Because
not
of the
going for
fact
full
that it's
market.
just like bosses. Well, how much is this game? I
20
wonder.
bucks, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
like 20 now.
oh, well, then hell yeah, I would definitely invest this and play this. I'd probably be no good at it. It'd be like Dark Souls. I'd be on the first boss for like the first 6 weeks, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, and the only reason these fights are going as seamlessly as they are is literally because of how much I played this game.
Hmm.
So, we're gonna
Just
take
calling
one.
up old muscle memory.
Yeah. We're gonna take one last look at Wander, and then we're gonna call it for this session. Because I think after that, after cutscene 3 of 4, he should look significantly different now. That's what happens whenever you have black snakes coming in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on what game you're playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see that now. Shit. Well, there's some heavy stuff being done to his neck right there. All right. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing it again or seeing us tomorrow, we're going to be streaming the rest of this tomorrow and finishing it off then. Let me just make this save file real quick.
6 p.m. Central Standard.
Yep, 6 p.m. Central Standard. And it'll be me and Crimson. Maybe Dio. I don't know. Do you plan on coming back, Dio?
Well, yeah.
All right. What about you, Crimson?
I mean, I don't think I have anything else to do tomorrow.
All right.
So, yeah, probably.
Full crew tomorrow too.
Alrighty, 6 p.m. tomorrow, Central Standard. You guys be sure not to miss it. Say goodbye, Dio.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Crimson. Crimson.
Not my stream.